people turn when they have lost everything? When a cruel catastrophe has taken everything they loved and cared about in life? Where do they turn when they're in despair?
O&A Party Rock!
It's showtime, folks.
It feels good. It's cool.
We're brilliant broadcasters. I'm thrilled. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic.
Very respectful. Very nice.
There is some shenanigans going on, and it just feels right.
They're like two puggles. We want perfect questions. We want some laughs. Some thoughts being provoked and thrown back and forth. I don't like flaky. I like cakey.
I want to hug a cute dog.
How fake was that?
The name of this radio show should be The Happy Idiot and the Sullen Douche.
Two total dorks.
Am I listening to a radio show? Two DJs and a tranny lover. That's what this program is about, mister.
Only creeps listen to this program.
Yo, boys, what's happening, man?
Turn your fucking radio down!
Anyone around here ever smell my ass? It's lovely.
Anthony.
Come on, we're going to tell you how to get chicks.
James.
I'm Jim Norton, and I'm a horribly boring person.
We just kind of laugh at him.
He's getting better, but we got to break him in still. He's a candidate for killing his wife if he gets married. I love E-Rock under the console at Tops. Snapple and mayo, your dumps must be lovely.
And featuring...
Hurricane Ben! Or Tina Steve!
I think there's a degree of mental illness with everybody on the show.
Ramon. Eric's breath smells like the diaper of a cancer patient. Can I say for the record that this program sucks a fat dick?
I got a few ideas that could get us fired. Please use them. Please use them.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
I don't get it.
You're just a tool.
You know, you sound just like my ex-husband's.
He was banging cocktail waitresses 2 at a time.
All right. Here's where I draw the line.
It's over, Johnny.
You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
Oh, you know you're going to go to hell for this.
It's in the hole!
Oh, Anthony.
Hey, everybody, we're all gonna get laid.
You know, you guys always go too far.
It's impossible. I'm trying to tell you that. What do you want? You want the tears to come out of my eyes?
Oh, come on. Stop it. I just wanted to be part of the group.
That's a good one.
Good morning. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony program.
Greetings and salutations.
This is our post-Oscar broadcast.
Right. Ooh. Da, 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 da. Very, nothing. We're not, post-Oscar. We're not glamorous. We don't go to the parties. Does that ever happen? Could that ever possibly happen? I open up the paper, I see all kinds of people. There are all these Oscar parties at Elaine's and all the hot spots in New York City. And
would you really want to go to Elaine's for an Oscar party?
I don't know. I think it might be interesting.
But you're not even at the Oscars.
I know.
You're watching the Oscars at a fancy place in New York City.
A lot of big stars in New York City have these Oscar parties. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Mick Jagger had one in New York. You know? Well, why wasn't I there?
Because you're not a teenage girl?
Oh, well, yeah.
He invites a lot of teenage girls, I believe.
Nice. But, yeah, you see all of them going to the Oscar parties, and I just think, you're right, I'm teasing, of course. It just looks like, who cares?
What, the party or the Oscars?
The party, the Oscar, the whole, like, what are they wearing thing that is so big. So now it's like a big distraction, what anyone's wearing. What the hell was on Charlize's shoulder?
It's one of those big Sex and the City type.
It was exactly what you described in the Sex and the City episodes where what's her facey? What's her long facey comes out?
Sarah Jessica Parker has to wear the latest dress. And it looks good except for the big, huge, oversized bow that just looks like it doesn't belong there.
She had some green number on.
It's called fashion, I guess.
Is it fashion?
Something we don't know anything about. And I'm glad to say I don't know anything about fashion.
I realized how hetero I am, you know? There are things that go on in life that even though, you know, you've gone out with girls, you have sex with girls, you like the way girls look, you're disgusted by guys, but there are just other things that happen that cement the whole thing. You go, yep, hetero, because I have a complete lack of understanding of fashion. This not just the Oscars, because they come out in their dress and you see these gay guys talking about the women's clothing, and they're like, This was just beautiful. Oh, Reese Witherspoon came out in a wonderful number. It showed her lines. The neckline is gorgeous. The color just with her skin and the accessories, her bag and shoes. And I'm sitting there going, I have no idea if it's good, bad, shit, whatever. And then they talk about another actress will come up and they'll be like, oh my God. Did you see the atrocious dress? Just look at this clip of her walking the carpet. And I'm looking going, there's no difference between what she's wearing and what the one that was good is wearing. I have no idea.
They all looked hot to me.
They look fine. Sometimes,
but then sometimes the accessories are wrong. The dress is good,
yeah.
But then the what?
That bag. Oh,
I can't believe she wore that necklace with that
really?
dress.
The bag? I have no idea.
No clue. They all looked hot. I guess we should tape Joan and Melissa because they're going to do their post-Oscar thing they do where they trash all the stars for looking much hotter than they will ever look.
Is that what it is? Pure jealousy?
It's got to be.
You could tell when something's a complete goof. Like when Bjork came out that year in that swan outfit.
Right.
All right, that's ridiculous. But she's going for ridiculous. You know, you're not putting on the swan thing thinking, I think this is good. This is going to make a hit.
I don't know. I think she's so out of touch with what's good that she thought that was good.
She thought that was going to be good?
In her little mind, yes.
But then every other woman is wearing a dress that's made by, you know, just name designers, and they dress up, look in the mirror, and they're not going, I'm really going to get trashed in this. They're thinking, this is great. I look wonderful. And some faggot on TV is just lambasting them.
He's going to tell you, you don't look great.
And I think the hotter the chick, the more they bash them because they're jealous that they're a hot chick that guys are looking at, and they would rather be the thing that guys are looking at.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Why is Reese Witherspoon on the cover of both papers? Like,
yeah, because it wasn't really a runaway Oscar where there's any winner that should be on there. No movie really ran away with everything. I think all the major awards were split between different movies.
It's an AP photo. She made all 3 New York papers for Best Actress for Walk the Line.
How great is it that Brokeback Mountain didn't win Best Picture?
Why?
Because it was supposed to, because of the content.
Did you see it?
No, I heard it was decent,
all right,
but
enough.
But content-wise, I know the subject is touchy for you, but it's content-wise, they always give it to the PC movie.
PC Crash.
Holy
so
shit!
PC.
No,
so
it's not.
PC.
It's Hollywood.
I'll tell you something. I've kept quiet when you said this is a great movie and it had surprises and went to. I thought bullshit. This is a fucking thing where that cop should have stayed a racist fucking cop and let her die in the fucking car.
No.
Yes, that would have been a surprise. It had everyone fucking works it out in the end. Bullshit.
No, it wasn't about that.
Stunk.
It wasn't
that
about
movie.
that. It wasn't
movie
about that.
Stunk on ice.
No, it was good. It was about. When's the last time you saw an L.A. cop like that, or a white cop, painted in a good way? When's the last time you saw 2 black guys who are supposed to be criminals pointing out the fact that they're afraid of us because we're black, and they're criminals? They do exactly what you think they're going to do. They fucking rob the white people.
I liked that part.
That's what I loved about the film, is racially, they didn't go politically correct. They didn't. They showed why Matt Dillon hated that woman, that fat bitch, that black lady he had to deal with. You wanted to strangle her.
I think they copped out at the end of that, though.
How?
By having him have this revelation, this big turnaround.
But I don't think he did.
His philosophy.
Who, Matt? I don't think he did, though. I think
really don't?
No, he did what a cop would do.
In the end, I think he was just doing what the job.
Yeah.
is all about.
That's who he really was. There's a guy, like, they're showing that just because a guy is a dick at one point doesn't mean he's going to be a dick at every moment in his life. And I think they crossed him at an X point on purpose.
Yeah.
And Terrence Howard, how great was that? The way Hollywood emasculates blacks and makes them all these fucking white characters. How great was it to show that? I love that. They want them all to shuck and jive and whiten it up in black sitcoms.
I didn't say there weren't parts that I did enjoy in the movie.
Well acted.
But
Don Cheadle, how great was it?
Don Cheadle's great in everything he's in.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He was an unsympathetic black character for a while. How about the Arabic, the Middle Eastern guy who ran the deli? Turned out to be a complete douchebag.
Right.
I mean, how nice was that?
That was good to see.
I loved it.
I don't know about Oscar Worthy.
I just thought it was. That's
Brokeback Mountain was better than Crash, Anthony. I didn't see Brokeback Mountain, so I can't
didn't
really.
either. I'm not saying it sucked.
I really liked Crash a lot.
Yeah.
I like The History of Violence as my favorite movie of the year. It wasn't nominated, but William Hurt was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, but he lost to George Clooney.
They were all over the place last night with the movies. Nothing really.
They balanced it out. It was a year of just giving everybody an award.
Ang Lee got Best Director for Brokeback because it looked great. Great looking movie. And I don't know. I don't know if that should have won Best Movie either. No real. I still have to look at my bootleg copies of some of the movies.
But you know what I mean? They give out stuff like if you play you play like Pacino one for playing the blind guy. It's like they always do that. They always reward the content. And this time they didn't give it to Brokeback, which I thought for sure they're going to.
Yeah. What about Capote though? You think?
I didn't see it. I love him so much, so I'm happy. Ow! I just got shocked in my ear.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, what's that about? Is your feet wet? I mean, what's going on?
No.
Jeez.
You all right?
Oh.
Yeah, but it was just kind of weird on my right ear.
It went like bzz shock?
Yeah, like a little shock.
That's interesting.
I saw Capote. Philip Seymour Hoffman was amazing. I didn't see all the best actor guys, so it's hard to say that he should have won for Capote. But
boy, he's a babbling nut without a script, huh?
They all are.
They all are. All of Hollywood are a bunch of just babbling idiots unless they have a script in front of them.
Did you see the difference between him though and like Reese Witherspoon? At least he was humble. He was talking about his mother, and and that was nice, man. And she just goes up there. The first thing she says, "I want to thank the Academy." That's the fucking girl fart joke of acceptance speech statements. We get it. The Academy was very gracious. Beat it, bitch.
Stop kissing their ass. They gave you the award.
Old elbow chin, enough.
Right.
As her emasculated husband sits there.
Oh, that stupid doe-eyed faggot.
Oh, that guy just hoping for a movie role. And there he's watching his wife accept the Oscar. And he just sits there as she thanks person after person. And he was just sitting there looking like... Is she ever going to get to me?
Did she?
That was the look on his face. Yeah, she got to him eventually, but pretty much just lumped in with everyone else. Mm-hmm. Not one of those big, you are my heart. You are the reason that I, none of that.
Blah,
it's just,
blah,
hey,
blah.
and I'd like to thank the makeup artist, the cinematographer, my husband, the grip.
Let's get Kent involved in this discussion. Kent, the movie guy.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, man.
Hey, first of all, representing fullblownaids.com.
Okay.
All right.
But
another website, another fan website that's starting to blow up.
Oh, of course. Talk about blow up. The fucking battles that are going on now. I'm going to make a formal announcement right now between Whackbag and Full-Blown AIDS. I don't want to fucking hear a word about your little battle.
What's going on? I don't even know.
There is a web.
Anthony,
Shut
up, Ken.
Shut the fuck up. I'm going to tell you something right now.
Shut talking.
Shut the fuck up about it, or I swear I'll reach over and hang up on you, okay? You hear me? And I'm not even kidding. Do you hear me?
Sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to get involved in this. I don't want to hear one fucking word from one side or the other on this whole thing.
Can you explain to me that
briefly?
What's going on? Because I have no idea.
There's a problem between the guy that runs one site and the guy that runs the other. There are accusations of people pilfering mods. There are accusations of disloyalty and thing. And you know something? My inbox gets full of this shit, and I don't want to hear it. I don't want to be fucking part of it. I'll still go to the sites. I'll enjoy posting. If I get an odd idea about putting Jimmy Norton's ass in a Photoshop, I will do it and print it. But I do not want to hear one fucking word from anybody on either side of this great message board battle. Unbelievable.
We're now battling ourselves?
Dude, when you told them eat your own,
yeah,
they're eating. They're munching away. munching away.
But they don't need to munch away at Whackbag.
I
That's
want
not the site I was talking about.
All right, and here's another rule. Here's a rule.
Rules coming
on Opie and Anthony Live. My motherfucking site. Any spamming of links to any message board will get you bounced. You're now gone. You're gone. The cunning linguist. Bounce the motherfucker. He's gone. There's no plugging of any sites on my fucking Pal Talk.
And if you don't like it, there's fucking posts, cringehumor.net. You can go and see it. Am I right or wrong?
You're out of here, Jimmy. I don't have the fucking time, energy, or even that much immaturity.
But why are you so pissed off?
Because they dragged me into this.
Right, well, that's what I want to get to.
You didn't get 20 fucking emails from 20 different people about this shit. I go to your Lovely Brothers restaurant,
right,
and the first thing I hear from people, what about the fucking websites? Who gives a shit? Like I care. We got a show to do here. The websites, yeah, they're part of what we do. Part of what we do. I don't want to get involved in a 10-year-old fucking 14-year-old person's website argument. My blog's better than your blog. Eat me. And I swear I'm bouncing fucking people for putting links to any fucking message board.
But you sound really pissed off.
I dealt with this all weekend.
See, I used to be the guy that would read all the emails and write everyone back. I gave up on that 6 to 8 months ago.
Enough. You know why?
Enough people trash me. I'm like, you know what? Fuck y'all. I'll just do the radio show, and I don't need to respond to anybody. That's why my mailbox has been full for at least 6 to 8 months. I haven't cleared out my mailbox in months because there's a bunch of dopes out there that wreck it for everybody else.
Here's why it gets me pissed. Because I enjoy going there. If you look at Whackbag, you'll see I have hundreds upon hundreds of posts. I enjoy the people there. I enjoy going there, posting, joking around. It's fun. But it never fails. And people think when they write me these fucking letters about, hey, what do you think? Should we do this? This guy's doing this. This other guy's doing this. I hear from all sides. I hear all kinds of shit. Do you think I haven't heard it before, fellas? Do you think I haven't fucking heard it before? We've watched message boards explode from the 90s, me and Opie have sat there. This is nothing new. This is textbook Civil War type shit. We've watched them all blow themselves up because someone's an asshole. This one's calling that one an asshole. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I'll post on a board and have fun up until the board turns to shit or it's not fun anymore. And then the board goes away. There you go. Then it just isn't talked about. Eventually, it whittles down to the same 20 people jerking off over each other and have fun. But right now, I go to Whackbag, I have fun with that. Any other sites want to pop up? If they're cool, fine. In time, we'll see. Whatever. But I'm not going to get in the middle of a message board fight. Oh, what am I? What am I, 15? Jesus Christ. Lighten up. Kent.
And dog
yeah,
years.
Kent. Hey, look, want to talk Oscars. The first words out of his fucking mouth are about this god-fucking message board war. I don't want to hear it. And the next person that calls up with one is getting hung up on immediately.
I don't even care.
That's it.
If it's my favorite news site, OpieLovesJimmy.com.
I love that site.
Is that a real website?
There should be.
Jimmy's ass.
Because you do.
Now there's going to me, you ass.
Yeah, handle the message board sites wars like the rap guys do. Could you please do that and just shoot each other?
Absolutely. We can get right on that.
Kent, are you talking Oscars or not?
Oscars?
Absolutely, I'm talking Oscars.
Was it a clever way?
First of all, I'd like to say J-Lo looked like the Oscar. If you guys saw her when she was, like, presenting.
What'd she present? I didn't see what she presented.
Are you trying to do a joke?
I think he was.
Saw her, you wouldn't think it was a joke.
I saw her walk out on stage.
Yeah, she was bronze as all get out with her hair slicked back. She looked like the statue. It was ridiculous.
I didn't.
0 for 1. Swing and a miss.
Oh, God, I suck.
Started off on the wrong foot and a swing and a miss on his first joke. You're like Jon Stewart. You got to win over the crowd.
Please be honest with me. Was that written down?
No, it wasn't.
That came off the top of your head. That was one of the bullet points. Exactly you have a little sheet in front of you like, I'll start with this opener.
No, actually, I had no clue what I was going to say.
I hate dishonesty. You know damn well you were going to go with that.
Don't lie for Pete's sake.
All right, what else
I'm
there,
sorry.
Kent? Yeah, Kent.
Yeah, the Oscars. I was really surprised at how everything turned out tonight or last night.
Oh, this is a rough one for poor Kent.
Now he's
Know
getting
why?
more
Because he
and
has
more
a
nervous.
whole list of things.
You have something. Come on, crinkle the paper you have in front of you into your phone.
Crinkle the paper.
I am a fancy man. I have no paper.
Crinkle the paper.
I want to hear the paper you're reading off of.
I can scroll the wheel of my mouse because it's all on my computer.
What did you?
All right, what's the second joke or line you were going to try on us?
I don't have any more jokes.
This is now the bit, asshole. What was the second thing you were going to say?
Come
I
on.
didn't like the guy wearing jeans and cowboy boots.
Who?
You had to have more than this. You're now abandoning your sheet.
Yeah, don't abandon what's on your screen.
Have confidence in what you wrote.
Because this is now the bit. What was it?
What I wrote was I picked what my faves were, and then who I thought realistically would have won, and then who did win.
Okay. All right, let's go with it.
First of all, I was going to start off with the leading actor. Philip Seymour Hoffman won. I did not see that coming.
Who'd you pick?
My fave was Terrence Howard in Hustle and Flow, but I thought Heath Ledger was just going to be given it because he made out with a dude on film.
Let me ask you. I didn't see Hustle and Flow. Was he better? Was Terrence Howard better in that than he was in Crash?
They're two totally different roles, really hard to compare. They're both equally as good.
Everyone's saying he was amazing.
I heard he was great.
I saw him in Crash. I didn't see Hustle and Flow.
It's just a black guy playing a pimp. They always seem to like giving blacks certain Oscars for certain
He
roles.
wasn't even a good pimp was the thing. He only had like 2 hoes. One of them was knocked up.
But how was his? But how was he? I mean, because you know what I'm saying. They always see when they're giving blacks Oscars, it always seems to be for a role that they're comfortable putting blacks in instead of something like.
He's an amazing actor, and he did an amazing job. And you can tell he's an amazing actor from the 2 roles he did. They're so polar opposites. And the fact that he's able to pull them off both extremely well says a lot for him. So he was my favorite of the evening.
Did he walk like Sherman Hemsley? Did he walk like George Jefferson? That's how a pimp should walk.
Most of the time, he's sitting down and just like shooting the shit with his bitches.
All right. Antonio Vargas.
All right, move on.
Huggy Bear.
Okay, actor in a supporting role. George Clooney won right off the bat. That was to hook the audience. They give you kind of a something worth watching, and then they give you crap for like 2 hours. I didn't think he would win because Syriana, to me, was a really boring movie. Matt Dillon, personally, was my fave to win. And then I thought Paul Giamatti would have won just because he's such a good actor and hasn't gotten any recognition for it.
He's never won an Oscar?
I don't think so.
No.
Oh, wow. He's so due.
Yeah, he really, in the next year, he'll probably get something for his next
You
film
saw
coming
William
out.
Hurt in A History of Violence, right?
Wait, what was that?
You saw William Hurt in A History of Violence?
I really liked him, but his character has such a small part.
That's what I was going to say. I bet you if his part was a little longer, he would have won hands down. He was amazing in that movie, but his part was maybe
he's so
7-10
memorable.
minutes.
He pops up in the last third of the movie.
Is that out on DVD yet, or do I have to
A
make
History of Violence? No.
call my
Comes out
sources?
soon.
I'm telling you, that was my favorite movie of the year. You got to check it out.
What sources do you have that might be Lebanese that could get me some movies too?
No.
actually,
Unfortunately, that pipeline has been shut down.
damn it.
Because we talked about it on the air.
He's so petrified. Steve is petrified, and Steve is he doesn't do that anymore. He doesn't.
I know.
I guess he fell in with a
We
bunch
actually
of kids,
blew it.
bad kids at one point, and
We were the ones that blew it by
Yes, we
bragging that we were getting some
it
movies.
was a joke.
And now Steve's like, no fucking way. He's out of the business. But we have other pipelines.
There are other sources.
We have other pipelines, and we're not
There are
going
other
to
sources and pipelines.
Right.
Yes.
So
you guys are fancy men. You should be able
all right.
to get the DVDs direct
I
from
agree.
the companies.
All right, so George Clooney, let's move on here. Let's make this interesting, Kent.
Okay, we had a leading actress.
Yeah.
I didn't really like any of the performances, really. My favorite was Keira Knightley, just because she's really hot and really easy to watch. But
Was she better than Reese Witherspoon?
I think so. I mean, she
And that drivel that they do.
Walk the Line, I didn't think she was very memorable. I mean,
agree.
she is the love interest, but it's the same thing she does in all her movies. She puts on a little southern charm and just is like, I'm blonde, look at me, and tries to be cute. But, she's done that.
Yeah, you know what? I guess I really did like Walk the Line. Jimmy didn't like Walk the Line.
I'll see it
I wanted to defend Reese Witherspoon, but you just nailed it. You're right. It wasn't a stretch for her in that part because she She did, like you just said, she always plays cutesy, and she always plays like that southern, the southern cutesy.
And I got hold on, Ken, a second, because I walked the line before I forget. I watched it because I actually expected to like it because, I mean, Ope liked it and everybody else I know thought that
really
Joaquin Phoenix was great. I heard good things about it. I haven't at a movie I literally hurt my throat from the minute that movie's Joaquin Phoenix. He's 5'7" with a cleft palate. Why is he playing Johnny? He didn't look like him,
the
sing
cleft
like
palate,
him, or sound like him.
The cleft palate definitely took you out of the
out
of the fact that you were trying to look at Johnny Cash.
It was a habit trail on his face. It was fucking awful. And he didn't, I could see if he didn't look like him, or if he didn't talk like him, but he didn't sing like him. I walk the line. Do you? Do you walk the line? Stupid. How about CGI in this fucking? Can they not fucking just maybe lip sync Ghost Riders in the Sky? Can't they do that? Do they have to have him sing? You're not Val Kilmer, and I know Jamie Foxx and everyone, but he did sound like him. So if you're gonna do the fucking impression, sound like the guy. I hated that fucking movie.
Yeah, that's too bad. I kind of liked it.
Did Jamie Foxx sing the...
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
And so did Val Kilmer in The Doors, which was very impressive.
He sang those songs?
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. He did, but he shouldn't have because he sounded nothing like him.
All right. Well, I don't know. I thought he pulled it off.
I think that hair lips gave him the snarl.
No, it
didn't work.
It's just very disturbing to look at.
Dude, I'm have that fixed, motherfucker. You're a millionaire, and then they're doing close-ups, and there's this awful Sylvester Stallone 1975 face. Beat it. It's awful. Johnny Cash liked him, did he?
And that's when it's okay to go to a plastic surgeon.
Yes.
I mean, you know.
That's a birth defect.
Right, exactly.
You fucking anomaly.
Continue, Kent.
Okay, I'm going to skip actress in the supporting role just because he was like, I don't really care.
All right.
I did like the animated films this year, but you guys probably didn't see any of them.
No. I saw that one... Madagascar.
Oh, you
how did that one go? No, that didn't do well.
No, not even nominated.
Incredibles.
Nominate 3.
What about the Incredibles?
How about Ants?
Incredibles was last year.
I think that was last year.
Oh, all right, whatever.
Incredibles is great.
What about
art direction?
What about a Corpse Bride?
Art direction and cinematography. He's talking about. Dude, you make me yearn for Paul O. from the Ron and Fez show.
So many people told me on Pal Talk I was way better than him, and you're telling me, I'm going to shoot myself.
At least his wife might kill him at any moment.
The best is costume design. They show, like, sketches, and you're supposed to go...
Sketches.
Oh, yeah, I think that sketch is better than that sketch.
And isn't it the oldie, like, 1940s style sketches? They're still using that style.
You know, the awards really could be an hour and a half. Get rid of all that shit. No one gives a shit.
No one.
Even the people at the actual Oscars are politely applauding. They don't care.
Yeah, that's why they have the technical ones. I think all that could get thrown into technical, honestly.
Yep.
Unless it's like, score or editing. Those are the only ones that should stay.
There was a big surprise in the documentary category, I got to tell you. I couldn't believe March of the Penguins beat out Murderball.
Yeah, I felt the same way. Murderball was so likable, and March of the Penguins, it was just a remake of it was a redub of a French film.
Wait, did they? Was it really?
Yeah, it was a French film.
Yeah, they have French film, and they just
they got Morgan Freeman.
Those weren't American Penguins?
No,
they got Morgan Freeman to just redo the VO, as they say.
And I was wondering if you watched the French version and just literally translated it, would it be the same as what Morgan Freeman was saying, or was it like Americanized a little more?
I'm sure it'd be the same.
Hey, was Grizzly Man nominated?
No.
Oh,
no.
Really?
Finally saw that on I guess Discovery was playing it.
Yeah.
All weekend long, so I finally got to see it. DVR'd it, fast forward through their commercials and everything. And you liked that guy, Jimmy?
I really did. I didn't want to like him, but I mean, he was just obviously a sexually confused.
Oh my God!
You think?
But I just found myself. He was nuts. He was a crazy guy.
Absolutely crazy.
But he lived for 13 years with grizzly bears. And then some fat... I didn't realize it was a fat airline employee.
A fat airline employee drove him to his death.
Which I really felt for him at that point. He should have flown Continental.
The guy was at the gate, like, ready to leave and leave the area, go back to L.A., and some flight ticketing agent, whatever it is, gave him a hard time. Some obese ticket agent. And he decided, fuck this. I'm going back to the Bears. Even though he knew that it was a bad time to be there, and the bad Bears came out at that time. and he got eaten. And I love how through the whole movie they're talking about how he's always wanted to go that way. It's okay because he said, it would be fine if that happened to him. That's all well and fine in a book. It sounds wonderful. But when the reality of that huge bear is ripping your scalp off of your skull, I'm sure you think, this might have been a bad idea.
It's not too romantic anymore.
No. Because that creep of a coroner.
It goes, it goes from romantic to horrific really quickly.
He went out the way he wanted to.
Oh, did he?
Really?
Yeah.
With his arm laying there with his watch ticking on it?
I really just wish
an arm?
I wish the guy who got the footage, actually dove into the issues of that guy's sexuality or what that guy's issues were. He just kind of said, believe what he says.
Well, they also should have, by the way, played the audio of the death. That was a very pompous decision by the director.
Yes.
Unless the guy's family said, no, we won't release it. But aside from that, there's no reason to not play the audio.
It's a documentary.
Of course.
You can get away with shit when you do documentaries.
Right.
They show him touching bear shit. That was kind of unpleasant.
Yeah.
Sadly, my family watched that on Discovery Channel during dinner last weekend.
All right, getting back to the Oscars.
Next up, I guess we can go into directing. Ang Lee was given it, basically because they said Brokeback Mountain has to get something.
You don't think that movie was filmed beautifully?
He has nothing
The ass sex.
That's cinematography, sweetie.
Yes.
He tells the actors what to do, and then the cinematographer lines up the shot.
Spit in your hand and, let instinct take over.
Yeah, I honestly think Paul Haggis should have gotten it for Crash or George Clooney. Steven Spielberg doesn't need any more Oscars, so you can just forget him. I liked Capote, but that was clearly Philip Seymour Hoffman's acting, not the directing.
Yeah.
So they basically gave it to Ang Lee.
I didn't realize how much he nailed Capote until I think last weekend they were showing Truman Capote on TV again, and it was exact.
Does he look like him?
Perfect. I didn't think when I saw Capote that he looked too much like him, and then when I saw the actual Capote, like I said last weekend, or whatever, I'm like, man, he really did look.
Yeah, it's one of those things that
pretty close to him.
As it goes on, I guess you kind of he looks more like him, sounds more like him. Yeah, pretty cool. He's great.
Yeah, I was glad to see him.
What else, Kent?
I'm going to go into music. The song, the performances were ridiculous. They had Dolly Parton out there with all the work she'd done, looking like a complete idiot, tramping around on stage.
She looked like a marionette. She looked like a marionette or the Corpse Bride. I don't know what the hell was going on with her body.
It was so weird because she has had so much work done that, I don't know how old.
Her waist was like 12 inches around. Then she had a bony hips. She still had a bunt.
Twig legs
and huge cans. She can't weigh more than 80 pounds at this point.
Yeah, it was really creepy. And the fact she was on stage alone with no direction, it just made it even that more creepy. But then you had that weird performance for Crash, the music for that, where everyone's walking slowly and there's fire and smoke and you can't see the chick's face, and it was just weird and very 80s. And then you had the Knitters came out.
Oh, Jesus.
All the Knitters.
They ghettoed up the Oscars, though, man.
Oh, boy, did they ever. And it was horrible. I was just, I liked the song in the movie, but I didn't know who wrote it or whatever. I think they actually should have brought out the guy who performed it in the movie to perform it on stage, because it was just bad.
Well, you're not talking about 3 6 Mafia.
3 6 Mafia, yeah.
Of
they just
course.
annoyed me.
Well, they were there. I mean, that was called the bone they throw blacks at the Oscars. It was seriously that was what they do. They throw you something like that instead of a real role, which was, I'm going to say it again, Terrence Howard in Crash should have gotten Best Supporting and not instead of being nominated as a pimp, which I didn't see. So, but that to me would have been. There was no way George Clooney was better than that.
I hated how George Clooney was so self-deprecating right away. He was like, I was nominated Sexiest Man in 1997, and I played Batman. Go ahead, name something from a decade ago. It was bad. But the other thing I thought was really funny was when 3 6 Mafia won, right off the bat, somebody thanked Jesus for a song called It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp.
Yeah,
good
third line in.
Good point,
Thank
good point.
Jesus. Oh, shut up.
Right.
That was just bad. And then The score, I don't care. But Best Picture, I really did not see Crash winning. I thought it was the underdog. I thought it was going to go to Munich or Capote or Brokeback Mountain. I didn't see Goodnight or Good Luck winning it, but I really didn't see Crash winning it. I thought it had no chance, and all of a sudden they said Crash, and I was, like, blown away by that choice.
All right. Anything else there, Kent?
No, not really.
All right, because we got to go to Hollywood here.
Thank you, sweetie.
We got Christine from Broad-Minded.
Hollywood.
Thank you, Kent.
All right, thanks, guys.
Bye, dollface.
We'll continue with Christine from Broad-Minded. You remember
Morning,
Christine?
boys.
Yeah, Christine's the one that kind of had the hots for me.
Jimmy,
Hi, miss.
what's up? You never called me.
You were being polite, so I didn't, I'm not going to do that.
All right, okay. Now
Remember
it's all
her?
clicking. Sure.
She basically
sure.
said she would bang Jimmy, but Jimmy wasn't buying into it at all.
She said, here's what she said. Come by the studio after the show. We'll have an orange juice. She was a
there
nice
was
girl.
some wine involved.
I know. But
She likes to drink.
Wine.
dude, you know how awkward that would have been? Me schmucking back there. We're a hated show, and me going back there just alone with none of my friends. Hi. Oh, come on, have a beverage.
We love you guys. You're not a hater.
No, not by you, but by
That's
the
what
rest of them.
happens, though, when you're dating. You have to do these things alone without your friends. You got to take a chance.
All right, dude, how many?
You got to take a chance.
How many people say, all right, come back to the office and we'll have some wine?
Well, that's a good point. Maybe you could have picked a club or something.
Yeah, somewhere more romantic, maybe the IRS.
All right, you make a good
Jimmy.
point, Jimmy.
Jimmy, it was only because I had to work later.
I know, I'm just scared.
Little time in the green room, you and I could have talked.
Did you actually? All right, listen, Christine. Let's get back. We'll get into that another day. But you went to the Oscars last night?
We're here, yes.
But did you go to the Oscars?
Yes, we did.
You were
sat
in the audience.
In the audience.
Oh, I was at the bar.
All right.
Wait.
Inside the house at the Oscars. We were on the red carpet, and we interviewed everyone. And then I was backstage and at the bar. That's pretty much what I did.
you didn't have seats to watch?
No.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
I've done that before. That is so boring.
No, it's not.
Wait, you went there? You went there to represent XM, and you got interviews on the red carpet?
Yeah. Yes, we did.
Who'd you get?
We got George Clooney, Jessica Alba, Felicity Huffman, everybody. Judi Dench, Meryl Streep. We got them all. We were right next to E.T. So as soon as they left them, they went straight to us.
Did they say anything interesting, or did you ask any shocking questions, or was it the same fucking crap?
Who are you wearing?
Oh, it's the same crap.
Who are you
next to
wearing?
all these stupid people like the USA Today, and they're yelling and screaming, "What are you wearing? What are you wearing? Who made your earrings?" It's so dumb. I mean, it's the same stuff all the time. So I tried to ask different questions. George Clooney talked about XM, how he loves XM, but he listens to the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s channels.
Yeah.
I asked him about you guys. He didn't know, and he had no idea who our show.
Of course he didn't.
Nobody knows our show.
Not you, I mean us.
No, he didn't know you guys. I tried.
Good, fuck him. Stupid, undeserved Oscar. Douchebag.
I know.
The fuck.
He's a cocky one, too.
Of course, I would be too if I was voted sexiest man in '97. Even if it was fucking 76. I'm cocky and I'm a fucking fat-necked nobody.
Yeah, pretty much.
What else you have, Christine?
You know,
After
Jessica
parties?
Alba.
Yes.
Did I go to an after party?
After
No.
party? No.
No, I was
I
so
assumed.
drunk by the time the Oscars
All right.
was over.
Christine, let's see, was at the Oscars at the bar. Were you drinking next to anybody?
Yeah, I mean, everybody was there, so they would come. A couple of
All right,
people
you
would
weren't
come down
drinking with
after they
anybody.
saw-
You weren't in the audience. Did you
No,
even...
Meryl Streep came down, did a couple of shots with Lily Tomlin. They were kind of funny. You know,
Why were they funny?
because they were like giddy schoolgirls down there, and they were doing shots, which was kind of odd to see. I mean, you don't look over very often and see them, sucking down vodka shots. But so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was terrific. So, all right, you're at the bar.
Oh, be quiet.
She snapped back at you.
No, I'm going to get into this a little bit. So you're on the red carpet doing Who Cares interviews.
Exactly.
You were in the building, but you were at the bar, and you could almost hear a conversation by two Hollywood actresses, right?
It's so packed. It's so...
Christine, let me ask the real question. Did you even see the Oscars?
Yeah. I was backstage. I watched the Oscars.
You were backstage.
I was backstage and at the bar watching the Oscars, and they have like this little room where people come down and drink, and you can go in there and everybody's watching it.
The little room is called The Place Next Door. Nothing?
No, it's not.
No, it was hurtful.
You guys.
Did you go to any parties after the Oscars?
I did not.
I
didn't go anywhere after the Oscars.
All right, what was the favorite moment for you during the Oscars?
Most memorable, most exciting
of the telecast.
Of the telecast, I thought Jon Stewart did a nice job. I liked the guys from 3-6 Mafia. They were hilarious to interview. And could you guys tell the diamonds in their braces?
Why did you think Jon Stewart was hilarious?
I just thought he did a good job, and every time he walked off stage,
what was his best line or his best thing he did?
I thought the opening probably was the best part.
What part of the opening?
Where he was in bed with George Clooney. All right, play the crash.
Why? It's not your joke.
You guys, why are you giving me a hard time?
We're not, because this is our Oscar break, and I have a feeling you don't know much about it, even though you were right there.
Well,
everyone watched the first 2 minutes. That was easy, right? That was easy to see the opening.
The gossip stuff, really doing the Oscar thing.
All right, what's some of the gossip that's going around?
We talked to Jessica Alba about the Playboy cover, and she kind of gave, the lame excuse that she wants to do it. She's fighting it because of her young fans. So, other than that, she's probably the hottest on the red carpet.
You stink.
Let me ask you a question. You guys went out there. How long? What was the process that you guys actually went out there for the Oscars?
We left I got here on Friday, so Saturday we were in there for rehearsals. We watched rehearsals on Saturday. Interviewed, the director, producers, all those people behind the scenes. Went out last night to the Four Seasons, watched people drink, party, and today or yesterday we went to...
What do you got on the Four Seasons? What happened there?
Liam Neeson bellied up to the bar, just pounding wine by himself. He's such a weird guy.
Yeah.
He looked just lonely and sad. And,
you went out to the Oscars and really don't have much of a story.
What do you guys want to know?
Well,
there's so much.
We did that. Remember, we went out for the Oscars, never saw the Oscars, and got kicked off a piece of wood overlooking Spago.
That's right.
Because we were standing on a piece of wood to see the celebrities, and we were across the street, and security came over and said, "You can't stand there." We got kicked off a piece of wood.
No, it was. They had stands set up.
Yeah,
and we couldn't get into the actual stands, but we figured we could, climb up behind the stands and stand on this piece of wood.
Yeah,
and they said, "No way, you're not allowed to do that." We got kicked off
a piece of wood, and it doesn't sound like you fared much better.
We snuck into the stands, so we were in the stands. We were inside on the red carpet. So, not much better.
I know more about the Oscars, and I watched it in fast-forward mode this morning at 5 in the morning. Than you who went out to the Oscars. Christine, from Broad-Minded.
Yes, Opie.
Broad-Minded.
All right, so what else you got on the Oscars?
Nicole Kidman, no Keith Urban, and something was happening with her dress. She had some kind of underwear malfunction going on underneath her dress, and it was like grouped up in the back. It's like she was wearing old lady underwear, and some of the people on the red carpet had to tell her, and then they escorted her off to go fix it.
Yeah, like the clothes and
I'm really surprised George Clooney doesn't listen to you guys on Broad-Minded. This is terrific stuff.
Mean.
No, we're not mean.
We're not being mean, but you don't really have anything.
Well, what do you guys want to hear?
You flew out to the Oscars on XM's dime. And this is where we get that some actress, Nicole Kidman, has crunched up underwear on her dress.
That was interesting.
And that supposedly Liam Neeson is a lonely person because he had a few wines at a bar.
Yeah.
And Lily Tomlin and Meryl Streep were
had a shot.
Yeah, had a shot and licked salt off each other's clits and then went back to the show.
Yes. All right.
The paper's moving around.
She's frantically trying to find something.
Oh, no.
there was that thing that happened in the middle of the broadcast.
Where were you on the red carpet?
Right next to Entertainment Tonight.
Oh.
They have 3 different stands, and we were right there.
That's cool.
It was cool.
That must be cool when the company does that.
It was fun. We had a good time.
I'm sure Eric Logan can't wait to pay this bill.
You guys are mean.
You have a lot of audio?
We do.
Yeah? You're going to be playing that on Broadminded?
Yes.
I'd rather hear penguins.
All right.
Oh, my God, Opie. I think for your audience, that'll be great.
I'd rather watch the French version of March of the Penguins.
All right.
What hotel did you guys stay at?
Hello?
Hello?
Are you guys there?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're still here.
All right. Well, I'm sorry I wasn't more interesting for you guys.
You have nothing.
Oh.
Okay.
Please, Opie. Be so blunt about it.
Well, we were counting on, this as part of our Oscar talk, but you don't seem to have anything.
I have more of the gossipy stuff than I do the Oscars. And
all right, let's hear more gossipy stuff, because the Nicole Kidman underwear crunching up was terrific.
All right, more gossip.
God, that's crazy gossip. Something you could fix in the bathroom in between awards.
Here we go.
Woo! That's just like the gossip of Britney Spears possibly being pregnant with a second child. Wow! Stop the presses.
Any more gossip?
No, that'll be it.
No, come on. One more. You said you're out there and you have more of the gossipy stuff. So let's hear one more.
You guys.
The gossip you gave us is crunched up underwear and Liam Neeson likes wine. That's terrific.
A little lonely.
Well, you asked.
I don't need to watch The Insider tonight. I got all my gossip from Christine from Broadminded.
There you go. You're covered.
All right, Anthony will ask you a question because I'm annoying you. Go ahead, Anthony.
All right. You said you were backstage?
Yes.
And what did that entail? Like, where were you backstage? Were you able to watch the people come off stage?
Yes, I was. I was stage right, so as they came off.
Now, how did you get... That seems like it would be a cool spot to be. How'd you swing that?
Because I have friends. Gil Cates is a friend of mine who is the producer of the Oscars, so we got backstage passes.
Oh, and were you able to interview those people?
Uh-huh.
As they came off?
Some of them, yes.
Favorite backstage interview? And what happened? Nicholson. See, that's
you guys got to interview Nicholson?
Mm-hmm.
And what did you ask him?
How did you get all of this action? Was this from XM or because you knew Bill Gates? Or Bill Gates?
It's because I know Gil Cates, because I've worked on other shows with him.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was ready to go to Washington and set this fucking facility on fire. If they're getting to interview Nicholson, I want to meet Jack.
How did that go?
It was great. They basically flirted with me the entire time after, but he was, drinking, drunk, backstage, having fun with the...
What do you ask Jack Nicholson?
I would do this. I would just go, here's Johnny.
Oh, I'm sure he would love that,
and I'd put my arms out and go, huh?
Huh?
He basically talked the entire time because he was pretty loaded.
So you just put a mic in his face and let him talk. Did you ask him one question to get him started?
We were talking about Crash, and he was surprised that Crash won, and that's how it started.
So was Charlie that works at the fucking diner.
Huh?
Nothing.
I didn't hear you.
I thought Opie said something.
Here's my impression of the interview with Jack Nicholson.
All right.
Not now, sweetie.
That didn't sound like Jack Nicholson.
No.
I didn't feel like doing the accurate impression.
Who else backstage came off? Did you talk to Tom Hanks?
I did not.
John Travolta?
I did talk to John Travolta.
Did you see? Well, okay, this is what I want to know. Good. Now we got an insider. You were backstage. You were face to face with John Travolta, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is going on with his hair?
It is atrocious.
What is it?
It's hair plugs.
Is it plugs? Because now I know he had some kind of thinning going on for quite a while.
No, it's definitely plugs.
And there was this receding thing going on. And then last night, it looked like a Sharpie pen hair. Like they just kind of drawn in Sharpie hair. And you are saying now, for the record, this is an exclusive, Opie, that John Travolta has hair plugs.
As he was telling me to F off because he didn't want to talk to me, that's exactly what it looked like.
Oh. So you didn't talk to John Travolta, even though you told Anthony you did talk to John Travolta.
No, I saw John Travolta. I did not talk to John Travolta.
So did I.
He did not want to talk to me.
What did he say?
I saw him on
what
TV.
did you say, and why did he tell you to F off?
I said, do you have a second for XM Radio? And he said, no, I don't. And off he went. Same thing with a couple other people.
Who else was bitchy?
Oh.
Who else did you almost talk to?
Really, the only other bitchy person was...
She did say she talked to John Travolta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? What is...
Opie said... Oh, no, Opie said you did... You guys, that was perfect. Opie
I know,
said,
the whole...
Opie said that you said a minute ago that you did talk to John Travolta, and now we're
okay, well then I take it back. I saw John Travolta. He blew me off as he walked by. Same thing Ben Stiller did.
I actually saw John Travolta, too. I was in a store. I saw him. He was on the box cover of the Welcome Back Kotter.
Right. Yeah, and he didn't talk to you either.
No, he wasn't engaging.
He was a dick. Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah, oh yeah. That was kind of disappointing.
I was surprised that Jon Stewart wouldn't talk to me. As
Yeah.
I was watching the telecast, and I was saying, hey, John, you're on our show once. John, hey.
Hey, John.
It's me, Opie. I'm watching the Oscars. Just want to say hi.
So would you have a recorder back there for now you got to edit everything down and present it in a nice little package on your show? When will that happen?
Don Wicklund edited it down, and it will be today.
Oh boy.
Editing by Don Wicklund. Ladies and gentlemen. Very good. So he's pawing through the seconds of tape that you have?
Yes, seconds.
Are you going to have a montage of celebrities blowing you off?
That'd
No,
be good.
the only two that were dicks were Ben Stiller and John Travolta.
Do you have John Travolta telling you not now or no?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
And I have Ben Stiller doing the same thing.
See, I'd rather hear that.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
I'd rather hear that.
Yeah,
than-
isn't that, now that's good stuff. Isn't
Right.
What was your best interview?
Probably Jessica Alba because I think she's hot. So
And what'd she say about Playboy?
Yeah, she kind of copped out and just said she's doing it for her young fans. She doesn't want to disappoint her young fans.
Doing what?
She doesn't want them to think
Doing what?
that she posed for Playboy.
When did she pose for Playboy?
She didn't pose for Playboy. But they're putting her on the front cover based on other pictures that she took and making it look like she posed for Playboy when she didn't.
Oh, why didn't you ask Jessica Alba why she's suing Playboy for that exact thing?
That's what I did, and she said she's doing it because she doesn't want her young fans to think that she posed for Playboy.
Oh.
That's what she said.
All right, because they threw her on the cover just to sell more copies, but she's not
Exactly.
But she's not nude in the issue.
Nope.
Did she say? Now, was she? I don't know that much about her. Now, did she say she posed for Playboy to help? Now, what was her reason for posing for Playboy if she's going to sue them?
Those were pictures that were not taken for Playboy.
Are they
my understanding is.
Are they nude?
She's got the topless with her hands over, but she's got
kind of like a Vanity Fair thing. Kind of like something you'd seen like in a fashion magazine.
Exactly.
Then why did she pose for them if she didn't want to be on the cover?
She didn't want to be nude, but she wanted to, she wanted the publicity to pose in there. But a lot of celebrities do it without getting totally nude.
So who did she did Playboy. She posed for Playboy. Why is she suing them?
She didn't pose for Playboy. Christine doesn't know what she's talking about.
I think they were.
These are old fucking pictures that happen to be in Playboy. She didn't pose for these pictures for Playboy.
I think they were Maxim photos.
What?
They were Maxim photos.
Did she pose for Maxim? So why is she suing Maxim?
She's done Maxim a couple times.
She's suing Maxim?
No. Playboy.
I know nothing about pop culture. I like Jessica Alba.
Yeah.
I heard that she was suing. You just said she's suing Maxim magazine.
she's taken a stand against Playboy because they made her this month's cover girl. And she didn't pose nude for Playboy.
But she took the picture for the cover of Playboy.
It's my understanding that there are other pictures.
No, we know in the magazine, but the cover shot, she went to Playboy and had them take her picture for the cover.
Correct.
Maybe they...
No!
Wait.
That's not what happened! You're representing XM! Holy shit!
E-Rock disagrees.
All right.
So
this is our Oscar talk that we were counting on?
So she didn't... Playboy used another picture that they didn't take and that she didn't sanction for Playboy on their cover.
That's what I understand, yeah.
But you just said that Playboy had taken the pictures. Like photographed her. No, I asked, here are the two questions I just asked you, and here are your answers. First I asked you, did Playboy shoot new pictures of her that they put on the cover? And you said yes, I believe that's what they did. And then I asked you, did they take pictures that had already been taken without her permission or without her sanctioning them and put them on the cover? Again, you answered yes.
Are you still drunk?
I think you're hammered.
Totally. No, I'm having trouble hearing you guys. I hear every other word.
Oh, is that it?
Every other word.
Well, and then
that's an excuse
when you talk
Earl
over
would
each other, I
use.
can't hear.
All right, you were on the red carpet. A lot of people said Clooney was a surprise. Did you feel, because a friend of mine watched the Oscars, I really didn't get to watch him. Did you feel that a lot of the awards, like that they were all of a sudden deciding, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start giving them out for a certain subcategory, which is not exactly what people would pick. And then on the other hand, right. I mean, not always for the same film.
What?
It's a valid question.
That's a very good question.
Like I'm saying, Clooney, do you feel that they gave it to him based on content and not necessarily, because a lot of people thought that they weren't going to nominate certain things for the same reason?
I thought he deserved the Oscar.
It's not what he asked. Oh, my God. We know. That's not what he asked you.
Why did you think he deserved the Oscar?
You know what? I can't. I'm having a really hard time hearing you guys.
You're such a liar.
No, I'm just being honest.
Well, you heard me there.
No, if she's having problems, I want to get through this nicely.
You know,
what? No, I want to get through this nicely. So if she's having problems hearing us,
it's already not nice.
No, it's all right. It's good radio. Trust me. Not for the reason.
Not really.
I want to know a little bit about the Oscars. I've never been there. I have a fascination with it. I think a lot of the American public has a fascination with what goes on there, and we're just trying to get as much information as we can out of you. What goes on at the bar? What do you do? You weren't at the bar the entire time. What goes on in the bathroom? Do the celebrities use the same bathroom that you do?
Yes, they do.
And who did you sing in the bathroom?
Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon.
What was she doing in the bathroom?
What was she doing? A
Crunching?
stinky
She was
dump?
taking a crap. She was going to the bathroom.
What was she doing? Peeing?
Yeah.
Did
Just
anyone?
like everybody else.
Did anyone take a dump?
I didn't see anybody or hear anybody taking a dump.
Never heard or saw anyone taking a dump. Is it hard with the gowns for them to get back into? Like, how long does a girl take in the bathroom at the Oscars?
Some girl had ripped her dress in half, and there were a couple people trying to sew her back up.
Oh.
So she was half naked standing in the middle of the bathroom when I went in a couple of times.
Just some girl.
She was the wife of a director.
Any drug use in the bathroom? You see any coke? Any?
I didn't, and I was looking.
Any heroin? Nothing like that. Any sex in the stalls?
All right, we got a lot of people on the lines here. Steve, what's going on?
I think the listeners.
Hello?
Oh, great.
Steve, what's up?
Hello? May I
From,
speak with
Yellowstone.
Christine?
Christine,
Yeah.
you're on with Steve.
Hello, can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Christine.
Yes, I can hear you.
I wanted to know what you think was the most interesting part of the Oscars, because I watched half of them and I thought it was the most boring one I'd ever seen.
All right, he thinks it's boring. Interesting?
I thought...
Ramon! This bitch doesn't know anything about the Oscars! Ramon! Bring Don Wicklund to an AA meeting! Ramon! Who cares if Nicole Kidman shit her pants?
Christine, want to address any of those questions from Steve from Yellowstone?
No, Jimmy.
I'd rather interview John Travolta's hair plugs. Ramon! I hope XM flew these bitches on JetBlue.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Christine?
Christine.
Hi.
I guess you don't have a sense of humor either, do you?
No.
That was
Got a
funny.
great sense of humor.
Why didn't you laugh along with that, Christine?
I guess I'm just tired.
Yeah, it is a little early over there, right?
Yeah.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Well, this was terrific. I got to tell you.
Yeah, this was a real pleasure.
I thought it went well.
Not at all.
No, I think it did. I think we got a lot of fun radio and some Oscar information. And that's what we were looking for, Christine, from Broad-Minded on XM. What channel?
Broad-Minded.
155.
One what?
155.
You sound angry, Christine.
Just disappointed, but that's all right.
What are you disappointed
in?
Because I am a fan of you guys. It's just a little... But that's all right. You do what you do.
But you're a fan of ours for being honest, and we're just showing some honesty here. You don't really have much on the Oscars, even though you were there.
Well, you don't give... That's all right.
No, what are you going to say? What are you going to say?
Nothing.
No,
Oh, no.
No one wants to hear that.
Well, I'm not going to, you guys do what you got to do. And
Christine, you know there's no crying in radio.
And, there you go.
There's no crying in radio.
I'm not crying.
And Christine,
pull yourself together.
There you go.
Uh-oh, she's crying.
No, Christine.
I'm not crying.
There's no crying in radio.
Christine, I think everything is fine, and I think on Broad-Minded this will play very well with the clips and everything. I think it'll be fine.
Thank you, Anthony.
Don't be upset.
Yeah, there's no reason to let Opes being a curmudgeon spoil everything.
Even chicks don't want to hear this shit. Who are you kidding?
No, Opie, Jesus Christ. Christine.
Yep.
I enjoyed our time here together and your Oscar coverage. I did.
Great.
I just don't want... Now I'll feel bad like if we just kind of hang up like this.
No, you don't.
No, I will.
I mean, I was hoping that we could still have...
Oh, really? You hoping something, Steve?
Maybe.
Thanks.
I'm trying to salvage relationships here.
I'm not.
I can tell.
I'm very disappointed. I'm disappointed in Don Wicklund. I'm disappointed in XM. I'm disappointed that you don't really have much on the Oscars.
It's very early in L.A. She just got done, with maybe a little more time to prepare something and get her thoughts together and some audio. This will be, good.
Are you trying to say maybe give her 3 hours so she could actually watch the thing?
Opie.
As far as the disappointment list, can I just throw Eric on it?
Okay.
Eric Logan?
No, Hawk.
Oh, yeah.
I think Christine did as good a job as any of the morning shows.
I keep getting shocked in my fucking earphones.
Well, look at them. They're falling apart.
Dude, they're fine. This is the third time I've gotten shocked.
Getting shocked.
Both my little ears.
Well, we are shock jocks.
Ooh.
Something shocking's coming through the earphones.
All right, Anthony, can you salvage this a little bit, please?
No, I'm not trying to salvage. I just want Christine to know that, you did a good job, and it's as good a job as any of these morning shows are doing. They're talking about, the little moments. Everybody that watched the Oscars knows already what happened. She's trying to get a little, a little more insight than what you could see on TV.
Anthony, you are right. She did a great job dialing the phone.
Yes.
She got all the numbers right.
Oh, you are a son of a bitch. Unbelievable.
Dude, I'm getting the vibe here is that this is not very comfortable.
Hey, perceptive.
But we started off nice, and it was very obvious that there wasn't much
Not really.
I kind of like the bathroom stuff, even though that might seem a little immature. Just that's something, a little insight that no one talks about. Reese Witherspoon in the bathroom. All of a sudden,
but you guys want me to talk about the Oscars. Everybody talks. You can watch the Oscars, but that's what you guys want to hear.
But that's what I liked. It gave me the image of Reese Witherspoon in her dress, accepting the award.
You're poking fun because I wasn't sitting in a seat. Who gives a shit?
Ooh, that is true.
Yeah, that is true. When you're flying out to the thing, why would you actually sit down? Why would you actually go to the event when that's the whole reason you went to LA?
Is it?
Stupid me.
I would assume that. See, now this is my being naive. I would assume if you went out to LA for the Oscars, that sitting in the audience is the thing to do. I didn't know.
No, it's not.
I didn't know that hanging out at the bar was the thing to do.
It's not the thing to do, but sitting in the Oscars, I've done that before. It's not that great. Watching a bunch of presentations that you really don't care about.
All right, so why do they
watch the ones I do?
Why do they send you out there then?
Hello,
Christine.
Mm-hmm. Christine.
Why did they send you out there then? Yeah.
Oh boy.
And that wasn't you doing that.
No.
Ope's hands didn't move.
No, that phone call has ended. Oh boy. I have a feeling we're going to get in a little bit of trouble.
Why are we going to get in trouble? Fuck that.
Because we were not nice.
We were nice in the beginning, and then it was obvious that she had nothing. She had nothing.
I like her.
She's a nice person.
I love Steve from Yellowstone.
Well, let's be honest. I heard the call.
Oh, you did?
And that was...
When you stepped out?
That was, I think, the nicest Steve from Yellowstone will ever be to anybody.
That really was.
Let's go to Mike in Miami.
The only C word he used was Clooney.
Yeah, I think that was as nice as you're ever going to hear Steve from Yellowstone.
Yeah. Mikey.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How you doing,
what's
man?
up?
Oh, that was the most painful fucking time of my life.
Oh.
And you guys salvage it. If you tried to salvage it, I would have taken my fucking thing and threw it out the window and went to Stern.
Oh, guys, come on.
I'm just calling her out. She had no interviews.
Opie.
She said that she talked to John Travolta, and it was obvious she didn't talk to John Travolta.
Well, she did. She asked him something, and he answered her that, no, he's not going to speak with her. That is technically talking with
my
somebody.
Archives, I got a whole library of that stuff.
Technically?
My exclusive interview with Mick Jagger. Not now, not now.
Not now, not now.
Right, exactly. Angela, Cleveland, what's up?
That.
Hi, you guys.
Hi.
You guys were so mean to her, and I thought she was interesting for maybe some of your female listeners.
I agree.
And Anthony, you're right. I hope she comes back on after this.
I hope she comes back on, too.
And I can't blame her if she doesn't, though. Opie, you were, so mean to her. I was just surprised. I thought you guys, had somebody on that was in the Oscars, and you want bigger people on. Be nicer to them.
Holy shit, you guys! You guys just don't see shit. This woman had nothing.
Opie.
She's a nice woman, and she does a fine show on Broad-Minded. They seem to have something going on over there. But she flew out. Why are people killing me today? Fuck you all.
I enjoyed Retro Opie.
Scott the Trucker.
I absolutely enjoyed him.
Scott the Trucker.
Asshole, man.
Why am I an asshole?
What the fuck did you want from her without her fucking audio, you fucking idiot?
Wow.
Oh, my God. I can't believe people don't get it.
Look.
You just angered this guy hauling tons of...
guys since you've been on the air, man.
Right.
And that was totally fucking uncalled for.
Wow.
No shit.
All right.
No fucking shit.
Hold on a minute. I want Anthony and Jimmy to get out of their fucking characters and help me out here.
Character?
That chick had
What
nothing.
character?
Yeah.
I thought...
We
Perhaps
were playing good cop, bad cop, but that chick had nothing, and we all looked at each other at the beginning of the fucking phone call and realized, holy shit, she flew out to L.A. with Don Wicklund on XM's dime, and she's got nothing for this program today.
Well, I
nothing.
tell you what.
She fucking should have sat in the audience. She should have ran backstage. She should have went to the bathroom. She should have, covered the whole fucking thing. But I bet a lot of money she was at a fucking bar somewhere.
Well, if you don't audio and all that shit, it's going to sound right. You caught her at 5 o'clock in the...
Dude, we asked her about the audio. She lied about that, too.
Lied?
She said she interviewed John Travolta, then we realized she didn't really interview John Travolta.
She asked him and he blew her off. Well, she's probably got her audio. If she don't have it with her, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, for God's sake.
Oh, my. When is she on? When is she on?
When is she on?
Yeah.
They're on it. I think they're on at noon. I don't listen to it, but
Scott, just for you, because I get a horrible reputation on this program, we will be taping. We will be taping Take 5, XM 155, Broad-Minded today, and we will have the audio clips that she has.
Okay. If it's crappy, that's fine. Trash them.
How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? Exactly.
I don't have anything to bet that we. But I think it'll be fine for that audience. It's not for your audience.
I think she was nice.
I'm the only one.
Liked her.
I'm the only one that realized that she had nothing.
I think that bathroom stuff was
I'm the only one.
Insightful, Opie.
I thought it was a little bit, a little mean-spirited and unnecessary.
As Jimmy gives the thumbs up as the Pal Talk camera's on me. Turn the fucking Pal Talk back to Jimmy and say that same fucking
dude. It was really uncalled for. I mean, there was no.
Wait. I want to make sure. All right, you're on Pal Talk now. Say exactly what you just said.
There was just like no reason for it. It was hurtful.
Jimmy. There you go. There's the thumbs up for the Pal Talkers. Why do I have to be the voice of this shit?
Dude, it's amazing.
You can't do it.
I can't do it.
Why can't you do it?
Because I don't know. Because I have a little filter.
Oh, her audio is in the Delete now.
Yeah.
All right, we will be taking all that audio immediately.
Yeah. Premiering it?
Yes, we'll premiere it.
That was a nice phone call, by the way, Steve, when she's trying to do something like that.
Thank you.
I think you were mean. I don't think it was necessary at all. No, I'm being sincere here.
Yeah.
I think that was a little mean, mean-spirited.
Higher.
And I think, what a delay. And I don't know. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth sometimes.
as you hold up a sign that says "fuck her" to the Pal Talkers.
No, it does not.
It certainly does. I'm looking at it right now.
I think maybe a little niceness. Opie, you catch more flies with sugar than you do vinegar.
By the way, you don't know how to hold up a sign.
No, it's so delayed.
You're holding it up.
There you go.
There you go. There's the sign.
I'm holding up nothing.
Yeah, you're holding up a sign. Well, Jimmy's now writing a sign.
I'm not writing a sign.
You're not writing a sign.
No, I'm putting down.
You're not writing a sign.
I'm
for the
putting
Pal
down-
Talkers.
No, I don't care about the Pal Talkers.
As I sit here and get abused by the listeners.
I felt that what you did was uncalled for.
Right.
I felt that she's a part of the XM family.
Right.
And I like her a lot. I like the show.
Right.
And I think the fact that you would do that, there's no reason for that at all.
Move the fake sign back so they can read it, Jimmy.
I would never. I just think that it was completely uncalled for. What is that? Who's holding that up? What does that say? There's no reason for that.
All right, why don't we have Christine call back and we'll smooth things
Get her
over.
back on. We'll smooth it out. This was ridiculous.
Smooth things out.
You know,
Don Wicklund, he's been on the show a few times. Anthony, why are you moving to Jimmy's mic?
It's times
why
like
are you
this.
moving over there?
I'm not at Jimmy's mic.
Because that camera works better, right?
It's times like this, though, that we should be bonding with the XM people instead of
Why are you holding up a sign that says she should get AIDS?
What? Stop. We
my mic
shouldn't
showed up
be
automatically.
treating these people this awfully. We should. It's a time to bond with the XM people when they go out to LA
You
to do
guys
something
are
like
hanging
this.
me out to dry, but you're holding up
and you're
signs for the
being
Pal
mean.
Talkers.
Yeah, that was just a little hurtful. And
look, she had nothing. Let's
we
be
patch
honest.
this up, please.
Why don't we get Don Wicklund on the phone?
Now Don was out there, and I'm
Don
sure.
was out there, and he's part of this radio program. So let's let Don fix this whole thing.
Can somebody just go in there and kind of just shake him?
All right, we're gonna get Don Wicklund on the phone after the break, and we'll see what he has to say about the Oscars. Okay. Don is cutting up the audio and putting it in Delete. Where's Don?
He's up already?
He's up already. He never went to bed.
Don's a good boy.
He never went to bed.
He's a hard worker with blue eyes.
Let's say hi to Steve on Long Island. Steve, what's up?
Hi. Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hey.
Opie, you wonder why nobody wants to sit next to you at the Christmas party?
That was great. We were at F.H. Riley's. The place was completely packed for late night karaoke.
Yeah.
I had so much room, it wasn't even funny.
No one wanted to sit next to you.
No, I had space wherever I went. I was like, man, it's awfully, whatever. All right. Where did he go? He hung up? You guys really can't do that, though.
Do what?
We should go inside the bit.
Inside the bit?
You cringe when I do that, Jimmy. You, Jim Norton, cringe when I do that.
I can't do it. We all have things that we bring to the table. We all have like a certain vibe to us that makes us us. That's something I can't physically do.
Oh, I know.
I mean, for a minute I can.
Why? She's not in the room. Well, I do it when they're in the room,
exactly.
too. Yeah, I guess you're right.
I just can't. Even on the phone, I can't do it. I just like.
I can sucker punch someone in the side of the head.
Sure.
But Opie will just sit there and keep kicking and punching and throwing rocks at their head.
To go inside the bit, this is what I enjoyed about it. It really was. If it would have been a nice phone call, it would have been a couple of minutes of gossip, little gossip here and there.
And we would have made something out of it.
Gossip.
But that was 30 uncomfortable, very, in my opinion, radio-worthy minutes.
Oh,
I would not be able to turn that fucking car wreck uncomfortable off if I was listening. I wouldn't be able to turn it off.
But see, we didn't our intentions, weren't to just go after her.
No, we never
it was
know
obvious,
what's going to happen.
It was so obvious she had nothing. So what are you going to do at that point? You call her out on the fact she has nothing for the show.
See, and it continues being uncomfortable, Jimmy, as he says that.
Yeah, because And then, I figured the old Steve would be kind of a... I like the fact, though, because you didn't say where he was from, just in case she listens.
It's like, Steve, yeah, she might be a listener.
Yeah, she knew. She knew about that.
Of course.
So. Let's go to Kevin in Philly. Kevin, what's up?
Good morning, boys.
Morning, Kev.
Hey, I just wanted to thank Opie for a wonderful interview and tell him, he's been on fire the last couple of weeks. Everybody shits on him, and I love the cringe radio. I was hoping maybe later this week you guys can get Dustin Diamond and Cindy Williams to call in.
Somebody requested the Cindy Williams.
Cindy Williams
was
Cindy
very
Williams uncomfortable,
which I've never heard, by the way.
Wow.
Somebody requested the Cindy Williams bit when we were at F.H. Riley's.
Yeah, very uncomfortable.
And I also wanted to. I liked Steve's call, and I personally liked Ben's cackling in the background.
Isn't that the best part?
Ben cannot stop laughing.
That's whenever I listen to those calls, my favorite part is to hear stupid Ben and Steve rolling in the back. That's my favorite part, is to hear those two.
Malice from Whackbag. Malice.
Hey, boys.
Hey.
You did it to yourself. If you were in the top 100 of Talkers Magazine, you'd get better reporting.
That's
you
true.
weren't listening Friday. Michael Harrison ate a little crow.
Oh-ho.
I said we should have been 6th or 7th.
Yep. Yeah, well, Neil Bortz would not put up with this. He wouldn't have had that going.
No, of course not.
Yeah, but Neil Bortz is a force unto his own. Damned by faint praise.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
She would have been better than Rusty Humphries. She had
now, don't bring Rusty Humphries into it.
Yeah, we don't need him on our butts.
And anyone else pick up on the fact when we said what was your best, moment of the telecast?
Yeah.
Or whatever. She said the opening. Everyone in America saw the opening.
Yeah.
And then the audience faded away after that.
And then it kind of little at the end it comes back because everyone wants to see the major awards.
So she saw the opening maybe on a monitor or above the bar somewhere, and then got distracted with other things.
She is the exact reason why you don't have women on radio. That's just it.
Oh, boy.
She sucks. She's horrible.
No, I got to defend her there. She's not horrible. I felt perhaps slightly ill-prepared due to a night of binging
and
complete alcoholism, but I won't say she sucks on radio.
It's early in L.A., and that's where she was from, and you gotta realize it's very hard for a girl to fit in on this program like that.
No, but yeah, I guess. But I mean, in the beginning, we had an open mind.
We always do
for the broad-minded.
Right, broad-minded.
Not too broad-minded though, huh? I would call it a one-track mind, and it's called a Jaeger.
A little more gossip.
Wow, you're making some
that's my opinion.
Allegations.
I have no idea.
Well, she said she was hanging out at the bar.
But I got to tell you, Don Wicklund won't... Don's coming on?
I'm trying.
Can we take a break first, or no break? Shit.
No, right to Wicklund.
Let's say hi to Sean. Sean, We're getting Don Wickler on the phone, but real fast. Go.
Hey, Opie, you did great. You called her out for being such a dang fake. She didn't have nothing. You kept asking her questions. Anthony kept asking her questions, and she just lied about everything.
I asked a question.
Great job.
Let's get her back on the phone. Let me tell you what happened.
Oh, no.
Because I was really tired from the weekend, so I was in bed at 8:30. So I saw the first half hour live, and then this morning I got up really early, and I watched the other 2.5 hours within 20 to 30 minutes, and I guarantee I know twice as much as she does, and she was at the damn event.
I was driving my truck down the road and listened to the interviews that came across the news, and I knew more about it than she did.
Yeah. All right. She's back on the line. Thanks, Sean. Christine.
Yeah.
Hi, Christine. Now, you're thinking that I was a little mean, and that's fine.
You know what, Opie? I could really care less. If that's, you know, you didn't.
No, you did care because you started crying. Now you regrouped, and
I'm not going to cry.
You regrouped for 10, 15 minutes, and you got your strength to call back, and that's terrific. That's terrific. But the fact is, a lot of people are now calling you out and saying that you didn't have much on this.
Well, can you just be quiet for a second, Opie?
Sure.
I didn't go cry. His phone died. And quite frankly, you didn't let me speak from the beginning. I could really give a shit. You just had the whole rundown from a listener before I came on about who won, who didn't win. I really don't care about that stuff. I thought I'd talk to you guys about the gossip. You don't want to hear about it. You're walking all over me. You're telling me I didn't say things. At this point, I could really give a shit. If you don't want to talk to me, then don't talk to me.
All right, I'm going to prove my point right now. I'm going to keep myself out of the interview, and Anthony's going to ask you a couple questions.
Hey, why?
No, I'm done. You guys.
Can I ask one?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Well, so you're saying you're out there more for the gossip angle, right?
I'm out here to cover the Oscars, which is what I did. If I didn't do it in a fashion in which you liked Opie, I'm so sorry.
You didn't have anything.
Okay, then that's your opinion.
No, well, it's the opinion of a lot of other people that listen to this program.
Okay, good.
I, in her defense, heard a couple of calls that she enjoyed that said that Opie was mistreating you.
I think the word the gentleman used was "you fucking dick." That was uncalled for.
Right.
That was the.
I believe that was a call that we received. I believe there's Cindy from Boston up there online too. Just the title alone.
What?
Opie, you're a fucking asshole. Let's go to Cindy from Boston.
I just can't stand your fucking show and just leave these every girl's a hole on the radio and I just think you're a fucking asshole. Leave her alone. Just fucking give her a chance.
Christine, there you go. You got to support her.
Cindy's a little upset.
Listen, I got to tell you something.
Yeah, that's a guy. You asshole.
Well, look, Christine, we're trying to find some supporters.
That's a good girl voice, that guy.
Yeah.
Christine
had a rod. It's okay. I don't need it. It's fine.
Oh, no, see, Christine, I don't need it. It's fine. We've all heard that in our relationships.
I mean, you don't have to do that. It doesn't matter.
I hear the panic.
No, it does matter, though, because I kind of hear in your voice. I don't want to leave this, I want to have a little, relationship between the shows, and I don't want them to be, to that to be tainted by, let's just say one bad apple. I won't say who it is.
I'd rather have a relationship with Deep Tracks.
There you go. Then go have a relationship with Deep Tracks, Opie.
One bad apple. An apple with anthrax on it.
Christine, I understand that on your show with the clips and everything, and you having been there, this will go over very well. And especially with the different demo and everything, it's going to go over very well. I guarantee it. But, I think what Opie's saying here is we both started out, you and us, with the best of intentions. There wasn't any blindsiding here. But then as the interview went on, we realized that there really wasn't much information yet. I'm sure you're still, drawing everything together and soaking it all in. And by soaking, I mean alcohol. But you have to then get back to home base maybe and put everything together and make something of it.
Let me go to Dan in New York.
True,
Dan?
false, nothing?
Dan?
I agree.
Hey, you were a cock to her. You should apologize.
All right.
You know what? I'm gonna show that I'm the bigger person here. Christine?
Yep.
I'm very, very sorry that I thought you would work on this program today, the day after the Oscars.
So am I.
I loved your bathroom stuff. I really did.
Did you, Anthony?
Reese Witherspoon in the bathroom.
Did you?
I liked it.
I liked it.
I love Lily Tomlin, so I enjoyed the Meryl Streep Lily Tomlin.
You know what it did? It conjured up an image in my head of Reese Witherspoon in the bathroom, and then Lily Tomlin like throwing back a shot.
I'll be honest. I was slightly jealous during the interview because she was there. And
she was there, and we're not. Right? Hey, there you go. That pretty much she wins.
I'd rather listen to Ed Asner take a shit.
Opez's Mary Tyler Moore bias.
Let's go to Jim in Arizona. Jim.
Jimmy?
Jim.
Yeah.
What's up, Jim?
Hey, man, it sounds like you're being a little self-righteous. You wouldn't take an all-expense-paid trip to see the Oscars and just sit in a bar and get fucked up? That's what I do.
All right. The guy has a valid point and a good defense for
there's no
Christine.
problem. I have no problem with taking XM's money. Trust me on that.
I mean, goddamn, man. You watch it from the television in the bar and have a good time and make up your own rumors. Hell.
All right. Christine, anything else with Christine, Anthony?
No, I just want her to know that it was appreciated that you came on the show.
In all fairness, because Christine has a reputation here.
Yeah.
We have Christine's broad-minded interview with George Clooney.
Oh, okay.
Christine?
Yep. Oh, you're still there. Okay.
Christine?
Yeah.
Is Don Wicklund there holding your hand?
No, he's upstairs.
All right. Here's Christine talking to George Clooney.
All right.
I hear this is riveting.
All right.
Do you have a second for XM Radio?
Yeah. You ready?
Do you have an XM Radio?
I do.
And what are your favorite channels on XM?
Well, I have it set on like a couple of the, what is it called? The,
oh, boy.
It's the,
oh, he doesn't have XM.
Christine, he doesn't have XM.
He was lying,
You should have called him out on that. Well, let's see what the answer is.
Let's see.
Let's see.
I want to hear.
It's the, I'm trying to think of the name of it now, because it's actually they all have weird names. But it's the music stations.
The Groove. What kind of music do you listen to?
But give me a couple of the ones that are like real, it's the old music.
Christine, you were had here, right? This guy does not have XM, okay?
Yeah.
He actually said he likes the music stations.
I realize that.
Yeah.
And they have weird names, and that's why he couldn't think of them. Because it's so weird to say the 60s channel.
Why
that's
couldn't
such a
he
weird
have
name?
just said XM202?
All right, let's see if it gets any better.
But give me a couple of the ones that are like real, it's the old music channels.
What are we going 60, like the 60s?
Yeah, it's those. Those are the ones that are locked
yeah.
in my car, so I play those all the time.
Well, I have a talk show called Broad-Minded.
What do you do?
On Take 5,
How do
channel
you spell that?
155. Broad-Minded. Just like you say. Can you say hello to my cohorts back
Well,
home?
please, tell them hi for me.
Say hello to Broad-Minded. And congratulations on being nominated. And this is your first time to the Oscars, correct?
First time ever, yeah.
And the nation's going to want to know, are you here by yourself?
I am. I came here with my agent, which is always worrisome.
Good luck.
Jesus. Holy shit.
So when did you ask about us, by the way? Because you said you asked George Clooney about us. Christine?
Yeah.
When did you ask George Clooney about us? Cause
I didn't.
You didn't.
And just like I wasn't at the Oscars. I was just at a bar, Opie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you all right?
Just sitting here.
Did you ask George Clooney about us?
Absolutely not.
But you said you did.
No, I know. I just lied like everything else.
Well, if you asked him about us, then wouldn't you have audio of that?
Okay, I'm done. Are you guys done yet?
Oh, boy.
But what's
You know,
the point of this? I'm not going to stay on the line for you.
I wouldn't either. But I kind of let me tell you about that. I kind of liked it because it was it showed actually how maybe starstruck you are. That's a big star. Were you a little nervous in front of him? Because I heard you like tittering, almost like a little girl.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, because he's you didn't know at that point Oscar winner George Clooney.
Hell, I'll never talk to an Oscar winner.
Right.
This just makes me feel better about myself.
It was
Let's be honest here.
It was short and sweet. It's red carpet. They move him right along, right? Were they ushering him away?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was Jack Nicholson on the red carpet, too?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like him.
Talk to him. George Clooney, was that the first time you ever saw him in person?
No.
Oh. I was going to ask what impressions. Tall, short? Is he good looking up close?
Popular?
Was he wearing something nice?
Guys.
Does he look... I'm serious. Does he look like...
You're probably right. This will work for my show and not yours. And
I want to...
Sorry it didn't work out, Opie.
I really want to know if these people look as good...
I tell you, I'm just done with you guys.
In person as they do on TV and stuff, because it's all so glamorous. But
yes, he does, Anthony. Yes, he does.
Okay, that's a legitimate question that I really kind of wanted to know. I'm not instigating. I want to know because I'm not going to see George Clooney from 2 inches away. I just want to know if is it a lot of makeup or is it really like, is he that a kind of looking guy?
Christine? This is Opie. I just, because I'm the only honest person in the studio right now, the only reason Anthony is talking to you and keeping you on the line because he knows you sound very uncomfortable right now and he wants the audience to enjoy a little more of that.
That is absolutely false.
But
I'm not uncomfortable. I'm just waiting for you guys to finish.
But he hears like that you're on the brink of crying, and he figures that if he just has a regular conversation with you, we would get more of your voice on the brink of crying. I'm just being honest now.
No.
Oh.
No.
Like Anthony was just babbling just to keep you on the line. That's
Christine, as you have heard Opie be dishonest to you today, he is now being dishonest again by saying that about me. You speak for yourself, whatever. There are little tidbits, those little inside things about Hollywood that I am fascinated with, and that was one of them.
Well, then
how tall George Clooney is?
Now we're not going to.
Yes.
So, are you guys done?
I kind of just wanted to know about it. How far up the carpet were you?
Are we done?
But no, not yet. Were we beginning, middle, or end of the carpet?
In the middle.
In the middle.
Can I ask you something? Why would that matter?
Because I think it's better to be probably in the middle. Where's the best spot? Like, where do they stop to talk most?
They stop at the stage, and we were right next to the stage.
Oh, they stop at the stage. What if you're at the beginning of the red carpet? You don't get to talk to anybody? They just kind of pass you by?
No, the people at the beginning get to talk to them as well.
Oh, they do?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So are they stopping like every 2 feet?
They stop for who they want to stop for. The publicist will walk up and ask if you want to talk to him, and then you get your few seconds, and that's it.
Who did John Travolta talk to? He didn't talk to XM.
I don't know. I didn't follow him around.
Did he talk to the people next to XM?
I didn't see John Travolta on the red carpet. I saw him backstage.
Oh. Did you see any fashion faux pas?
I'm detecting a little combativeness here.
For me? No.
No. In Christine's voice. Like, I'm interested in this stuff, but your answer's like, yeah, what? Nah.
Well, we didn't. That's what we should have talked about in the beginning, but at this point, I just don't want to do it.
I'm trying to be nice here, and you're coming off a little gruff with me. I'm really trying to conduct an interview about your experience, and what I'm getting from you is one-word answers, and now I'm getting a little pissed off.
Yeah, like, yeah. Wait, what do you want to get out of here fast?
Yeah, it's like Opie's Opie. I'm Anthony. I'm trying to conduct an interview about you being out in Hollywood for the Oscars.
By the way, Anthony's more evil. People just don't realize that yet.
No, I'm not. I just don't. I just want it to be nice. I want it to end on a nice note, and maybe we can, have a relationship here. But I'm kind of getting, a bad vibe. I'm kind of getting a bad vibe, and I think if you want this to continue, I think an apology's in order. Yeah, I gotta laugh.
Christine, Anthony does bring up a good point, because let's be honest here. We did like you in Washington. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And we got along.
I thought I liked you guys too.
We had a good time.
Listen. We called you out on something. Just be honest with us and apologize for just having really not much to talk about with us. I won't. I think it's only fair, though, really, because when we were down in Washington at the Exxon compound, you came in and we really all got along, and you did think, Jimmy was cute and stuff, and we thought you had an edge to you, but and we were excited to have you on. This wasn't a bit that we planned; it just went nowhere. We realized it was going nowhere, and we kind of called you out on it. So at least just be honest with us and say, I'm sorry that I really didn't have much for you guys as far as the Oscars go.
No.
Why?
I won't.
Why
because
won't
it's not true.
But
I had plenty, but you guys didn't want to hear what I had to talk about. So.
Well, how many?
Then it didn't
How
work.
many questions were we going to ask before you got to the plenty part?
What?
How many questions did we have to ask before you were going to get to the plenty part?
You didn't even let me talk, Opie.
Christine, just show you're the better person and just apologize. It's no big deal. Just apologize and say, look, this didn't go well, and I'm really sorry I wasted your time this morning. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Christine?
Yeah?
You know it's the right thing. Just apologize. It's okay.
No.
Why not? Why won't you apologize?
It's 2 little words.
Just say I'm sorry. You gotta be sorry for something. I mean, come on. What do you think? Huh? Where's Jackie the Joke Man writing down over there? Yeah, if you apologize, we'll allow you to come back on our show. I think you do good radio. I think you do good radio for us.
I don't think that I care to come back on.
That's not true.
Yeah, you know you love us. Just a little.
I used to.
Just a little apology. True. Maybe you can even make up something. We'll go with it. Maybe you're a little tired. Maybe a little hungover.
Yeah.
Maybe a little nervous.
2 little words.
Just say I'm sorry that I really didn't have much.
We'll do it together.
If you say I'm sorry, I'll say it back. No problem. Because we really do like you. We don't want to blow up our relationship with you. You know that.
This will put everything back the way it should be.
How about we do this? How about we do this? I think this is fair. Hold on. No, listen to me, Christine, listen to me, because I think we really do think you could be good for the show from time to time. You did give us good radio in Washington, okay? It didn't go well today. We know that. So how about
well then let's end it.
All right, but this is how we're going to end it. This is how adults end things. You say you're sorry for whatever.
I'm sorry for nothing.
Hold on. You could say I'm sorry, and whatever you want to say you're sorry for, and then I will do the same. And I will show you that I do have a heart.
And we can be mature about this.
That's right.
I'm not sorry about anything, so I don't have anything to say I'm sorry about.
Just say anything, like I'm sorry I wasn't prepared. I'm sorry I was a little too tired because I was having so much fun out here. I'm sorry, whatever.
I was being a little rough on Anthony, even though he was trying to,
There's got to be one thing you could say you're sorry about, and then I'll do it. Or actually,
I'm sorry you're a dick, Opie. That's about all I'm sorry about.
No, that's not going to do.
That's not it.
And we'll go.
You guys didn't want to hear what I had to talk about. What do you want me to do?
Just give us a sorry, and then Jimmy will give a sorry, then Anthony will give a sorry, and I'll give a sorry.
We'll all apologize for this going awry. I think we're all responsible in one way or another.
Right.
For this going bad.
Right.
And I think we should end it like adults. Christine?
You start, Christine.
Please, 2 words.
I'm sorry for whatever. And then we all will say I'm sorry.
Then we're done.
And then the listeners will be like, "Oh, that was kind of cool radio, and I'm glad it worked out in the end." That's what we really try to do in the end.
Break.
Christine.
Go ahead. You're first. We're not even telling you what to say sorry for. Just anything. Anything that's kind of on the legitimate side.
It's the way adults handle things, Christine.
I'm sorry. Christine.
Yep.
Be a professional broadcaster. It's okay. We had some fun. This was good radio. Everyone is...
Great, then let's just end the conversation.
But with a sorry, because we don't want it to be awkward next time we go to Washington. I think we're going down there soon, matter of fact.
Yeah.
The listeners are saying this was great radio.
We don't have to see each other.
But the listeners are saying this was great radio. They liked it. They enjoyed it. So now it's like, okay, we don't want the joke to completely be on you. So just say, I'm sorry for whatever, and then we'll say sorry. That's it.
Christine.
Christine.
2 words, Christine. 2 words, Christine. It's so easy.
Guys, I'm going to go.
Hey, by the way, in the background, I heard "Don't do it." Who was that?
Nobody said don't do it.
I heard a guy's voice in the background.
Ooh.
Don's here.
And did he say "Don't do it"? What did he say? Play back the tape, because if he said "Don't do
He
it,"
hasn't said anything.
if Don Wicklund said "Don't do it," then Don, don't ever fucking talk to me again.
Oh my God!
Don't ever fucking talk to me again. The guy who
He
thinks
didn't say it.
the guy who thinks he knows good radio. Now it's a serious thing.
Oh.
Did Don Wicklund say "Don't do it"? I will play
No.
the tape back. Trust me.
Then play it back.
Christine.
You're
2
on a rampage,
words.
Opie. Let's just end this.
Just say I'm sorry.
I'm not going to say I'm sorry.
Why?
You should
Because I don't have
apologize
anything to be sorry about.
to me because now I have to deal with this all day.
Anthony, to you, I am sorry if I was harsh.
I don't think I want to accept that.
I don't feel that. I was just trying to be friendly and ask some celebrity questions.
Yeah.
Jimmy, I like you, so we're...
Now, you're one person away from just really ending this and making it nice and
I'm not
bow.
going to.
Put a nice bow on
I
it.
think we should just end the conversation.
But I'm ready to give you my I'm sorry. It's a special
You guys
one,
trade
too.
You go
apologies.
first.
Trade apologies and everything's fine.
No, because I came up with the I'm sorry thing.
Just because you came up with it doesn't mean
It was my idea. I'm like, you say I'm sorry, then I say I'm sorry back.
Go ahead.
No,
you should be the one.
I'm not changing the rules for the thing I came up with. It's my I'm sorry thing.
I don't care if it's your thing or not. You're the one that was a dick.
It is his thing.
I think that what Ope is saying is, and this is where it might sound silly, but his thing is like, all right, it went awry, but since you kind of called in and he felt like, maybe she was tired and a little unprepared, which, we all know you do a good show, but maybe he's saying that you should apologize
Regardless
for being
of what-
slightly unprepared, and he'll apologize
Right.
for his part of the
Regardless of what happened afterwards.
Right.
I think that, and I think it's a show of good faith. Tell you the truth. Christine, it's 2 easy words.
It's not going to happen, so this is going to be 3 hours of very boring radio if we don't get off the line.
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, well.
I got my latest problem with Don Wicklund, I'll tell you right now.
I don't know. Hey, benefit of the doubt.
We don't know that. It might have been something else.
Wait for the tape.
Yeah? You guys got the tape yet? Yeah, we'll have
I think that was code for Hawk. Get that tape.
Christine?
Somehow being mysteriously erased in Washington.
Christine?
Yep.
Oh.
We're waiting.
So easy. So easy. It's 2 words. I'm followed by sorry. And then we're done. We can move on with our lives. Christine, please, I implore you. I have to work with this guy the rest of the day.
We have a guy that's representing all the listeners. Tony in Jersey. Tony?
Yes, good morning.
Hey.
Christine, I think once you apologize to Opie, you really need to apologize to the listeners. The fact that we've had to sit through this college radio quality interviews that you did, I couldn't warm up to you if we were cremated together.
Oh, he went old school with that, Dig. I like it.
Yeah, it's an old one. And he bailed out.
What do you think, Christine?
I think I'm going to get off the phone.
2 words. Please. For me. I have to work with him. It's going to be a pain in the ass now for another couple of hours of this show if he doesn't get an apology.
No, we're all going to apologize. That's the only, the fair thing to do. I came up with the I'm sorry just to, get everyone back on the same page. We work for XM. We work for the same company.
Can't you just
I'd like to have her on the show again when we're in Washington and laugh over this stupid incident.
Can't you please just 2 words? Just start the ball rolling.
I already know what I'm going to say, so.
Would it help if Jimmy went first?
Sure.
All right, Jimmy.
I'm sorry that I kind of, I did this stupid Steve call because I like you. And, I apologize for kind of being dickish and kind of egging the whole thing on when I knew that you had some legitimate stuff.
There you go.
That was
see?
nice.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Legitimate.
What about you, Christine?
Jimmy, I'm sorry as well.
No, but say sorry like to the listeners and just a generalized I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for the listeners that they have to listen to this.
What part?
The whole thing.
Oh, no. Maybe the first 2 minutes.
Why do there have to be conditions on this?
Huh?
Why do there have to be conditions on these apologies? That isn't legitimate.
I know.
How about just I'm sorry?
I'm sorry to Anthony and Jimmy. I am sorry. And the listeners.
But you're not going to get my sorry if you don't say sorry to me, too.
Oh, but I don't have anything to say to you.
Just... See, this is how bad blood gets started.
Yep.
And I don't think that's a good thing. We have enough crap to contend with other things. I think we should be allies.
And Jimmy gave you a really good I'm sorry.
Yes, he did.
It was terrific. So it's to you now.
And I actually admitted to something that nobody knew. That I was Steve Bielski.
That's right. That's the first time he's openly... No, I'm serious. It's the first time he's openly admitted it.
I've never admitted that on the air, and there's been a big debate.
Oh, I'm sure.
Now there's only one question we wonder about with Jimmy. There used to be 2.
No, the answer is maybe.
The test results haven't come back yet. Oh, well.
See, we're all having fun again.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not fair, Christine, because Jimmy is part of the program, a huge part of the program. So you can't, like, single him out. You got to just say sorry in general to the program.
And I did. Are we done now?
2 words. I'm sorry. And then we're done. Then we all go home. 2 words. You're out in L.A. I'm sure you got better things to do.
And the funny thing is, you know, I do the unexpected, Christine. Trust me on that, so.
What do you say, Christine? For us. 2 little words. Please.
Anthony never begs, Christine.
Christine?
Christine?
Yeah.
Just an apology.
2 words.
Just say your Oscar talk maybe wasn't up to par for what our program expects or something. You could cover your ass in this whole thing. You know that.
Could be it's not the demo, it's not your show, it's not, you know, that would make us feel great. And it'll start the healing. What do you say? Please?
I'm going to go and start my day. And I will talk to you guys later.
2 words before you leave? And then you could just hang up, even?
I'd rather end the whole thing on a positive note, too. Because we do have to go down to D.C., and I definitely want to see everybody get along. I hate the negativity.
Okay? Christine?
Christine?
2 words? I'm sorry.
Christine?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. It's to you. Jimmy gave you a really good apology.
You guys, how are we going to end this? Let's just go.
Well, you're going to say I'm sorry, and then we're going to say I'm sorry, and we're going to hang up and feel better about ourselves and our alliance as employees of XM Satellite Radio.
That's right.
And the listeners will be able to...
Get off the phone and stop the torture. I'm sorry it wasn't what you guys wanted.
See, that was very nice of you, Christine. Why did it take so long? My God. We like you. You know that.
I used to.
Ah, see, we still like you. See?
Yeah.
And a lot of people expected me to do the expected, so here you go, Christine. I'm also sorry that I didn't hang up on you sooner.
Holy shit. Wow, was that a lot of work? I'm apologizing to the listeners, but we are fanatics here.
And at least 2 out of 3 of us have OCD, so...
And it had to be done. Did you see? And I'm sorry, sometimes things do take a long time, but did you see the wear-down process? Did you witness? That was like the Discovery Channel. You were witness to a human nature program right there. It was a wear-down process that started with an absolute no to, all right. That was like a hostage crisis.
It's like a water torture. Drip, drip, drip.
Oh, is that horrible?
And please find me the tape, because I'm almost positive I heard
You think Wiki said...
Don Wickler in the background go, don't do it.
He might have said, just do it. You should hear it first. Let's hear it first.
I swear.
We're going to listen after the break.
I didn't think she was going to say I'm sorry.
I don't think, well, I probably wouldn't have in her shoes.
Oh, who would? the prick fucking with you like that the whole time?
I'll give her credit for it. She held out a long time.
She did hold out a long time.
I'm surprised she didn't hang up.
I am too. I think she wanted to stand her ground is what it is, you know? You got to stand your ground, especially a girl. You know, she's got her own show. And
they should. When are they on? Because we should have people just listen just to see when.
we'll listen to them bash the shit out of us.
Well, people should.
Why not?
Fair is fair. Five
fair is
o'clock.
fair.
Fair is fair, sir. 5 o'clock,
fair, sir.
What channel, Hawk?
155.
155, 5 p.m. tonight, right?
Let's go to Jimmy in the Bronx. Jimmy?
Yeah.
All right, guys, unbelievable. I would have sat here all fucking day just to hear her.
See, there are other people that are a little obsessive. Wow. Some people were getting really pissed off, but it wasn't going to end. Sorry. If she didn't apologize and was on the phone now, 15 minutes from now, it just wasn't going to end. Sorry, people. We're crazy like that.
Let's go to Mike in Philly. Mike?
Yo, I was going to call to play at Asner and call you a destroyer, but I have to say, outside of you breaking a keyboard, this reminded me of NEW to a T. You were awesome.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Retro. Yeah, that was something. Holy Jesus. Whew.
We weren't going down that road, by the way. It was very obvious she had nothing for the program. You know? What happened?
She's off the phone now. Maybe we can discuss what she didn't have in the bathroom as Jimmy gets a nice taste of my hog.
Ooh.
Again. I know.
It'd be hard for me to talk.
Say I'm sorry, Jimmy.
Make me.
I'm gonna go study the tape because I'm convinced that was Don Wicklund.
Oh, boy.
Getting involved again in places he shouldn't be getting involved.
I hope he's gonna have voice recognition people in here looking at the amplitude.
Absolutely, I will.
I think we should give the tape a listen first.
Yeah. Let's hear what we hear on the.
Let's hear it first.
All right. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program on XM Satellite Radio. The ONA virus spreading across America. And that makes us very, very happy.
Of course it does.
And here is the audio being handed to me.
Yes.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you.
Oh, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
Bill being compared to Charlie Manson. In a lot of photoshops.
Yeah.
A lot of people decided to put him right next to Charlie Manson.
He looks like a young Charlie,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
young Charlie Manson.
When he was Chuck.
Something to aspire to. Chuck. Chuck Manson.
Good old Chuck.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
It's like watching a chimp shoving fruit in your mouth.
Well, having some blueberries?
Ben's amazed that I heard Don Wicklund in the background of that audio, by the way.
Everyone's amazed. The audio is there. Just look how quick these days.
Bill the intern has handed it off to me. We got the audio. Don't do it. In context. And then isolated.
Isolated.
Yes.
So now there was a problem. When we were trying to get Christine to apologize, somebody was coaxing her in the background to not apologize. Opie thought he heard somebody say, "Don't do it," in the background.
Mm-hmm.
In Don Wicklund's voice.
No one else heard it, by the way.
No one else heard it.
And then they went right to the office and they played back the tape, and they're like, how the
hell did deaf Opie hear this?
Yeah, because I am deaf.
And it is indeed there.
Yes.
I heard it in context. It's a little rough to hear. But then isolated and turned up and enhanced. You You can hear it.
And the reason I'm so pissed off is because Don Wicklund doesn't know what makes good radio as far as this program goes.
Oh, boy.
He does a good job behind the scenes. He does a great job behind the scenes, setting up things and broadcasts and travel plans for crazy broadcasts and other places. Well,
Yeah.
what?
Well, travel plans.
Well, I'm trying to.
We've dealt with that.
I know, but I'm trying to be nice. But he does a really good job as a liaison between the show and Washington. Absolutely.
Liaison.
But he really has got to keep his hands out of the programming part.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he say to her, "Don't do it"? Because he knows better. Because he knows if she doesn't do it, that makes for good radio.
Right.
Or does that make for really, really boring, slow radio, Don Wicklund?
Oh.
And that's why I lost my mind when I heard him say, "Don't do it" in the background. Because we were heading somewhere. We were heading for what's called in radio a fucking payoff.
The payoff. The payoff was quite far away.
Right.
But
and know
we
why
were on
it was,
a journey.
Know why it was even farther away? Because Don Wicklund said, don't do it. Got that in our head.
Yes.
Because he knows better. Don, play it on your head. You say don't do it to her, right? Where's the payoff now? Explain to me where the payoff is. It was up to her if she was going to do it or not. She didn't need your help, and you certainly didn't help our show today. Here it is in context. But the listeners are saying this was great radio. They liked it. They enjoyed it. So now it's like, okay, we don't want the joke to completely be on you. So just say, I'm sorry for whatever, and then we'll say sorry. That's it. Now you hear it?
I heard it. It is absolutely Don Wicklund.
Yes.
It is absolutely Don Wicklund, and it's don't do it.
But it's like listening. It's amazing that you picked it up. It's like listening to like World War II radio transmissions where they're pulling a code out.
Right.
How did you hear that in the? And I have really good hearing.
Know why? Because I was very focused on what the payoff was there.
I heard something, but it could have been anything.
It could have been a Coke bottle dropping, and I would have believed it.
Not only,
but Opie's like, he said, don't do it.
And he's wearing boxers and a T-shirt.
Not only did I hear "don't do it," I knew it was Don Wicklund.
You could tell by the do it. He has that do it.
And he doesn't understand why I have problems with him from time to time. Don, you got to start understanding. That's why I have a problem with you. You just fucked up the bit. You made it go a lot longer than it had to. It's called a payoff in radio.
Jim from Mass makes a good point, too. Little lion going on.
Let's go to Jim in Massachusetts. Jim?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a reminder that Wicklund was supposed to be upstairs. So
right,
really
she said he was upstairs, so Don could have been coaching her the entire time.
There you go.
So she either lied
and then he couldn't take it anymore and said, "Don't do it."
How does that help the show, Don Wicklund? How does that help the show?
It doesn't. I think Don should call up and apologize.
I want, he should call the show and explain why he's saying don't do it. I don't want to even play the apology game.
What if he denied saying it?
He will deny it,
Oh,
too.
my God.
Listen again. But the listeners are saying this was great radio. They liked it. They enjoyed it. So now it's like, okay, we don't want the joke to completely be on you. So just say, I'm sorry for whatever, and then we'll say sorry. That's it. Don't do it. How does that help us, Don? That's the question I have for you today.
Don't do it.
The bit went on another 10 or 15 minutes because you decided to get your little mitts involved with our program.
This is one small step for man, one giant and a leap for mankind. Don't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Because he knows better. And here it is isolated.
Ooh. Ooh.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Thanks for helping out the show, Don.
Did you hear the echo of a shot, or was it another shot?
Well, I originally thought that he said don't do it, and then they did acoustic testing, and a lot of the computer stuff overrode what the House Select Committee on Assassination said in 78. See, that's... Go ahead. That's because a motorcycle cop left his radio on.
Right.
Don't do it.
It is clearly don't do it. clearly in Don Wickland's voice.
Well, maybe he'll call. I would like to hear a rational explanation.
Yeah.
I think I know why he would say that, but I'm not going to.
Don't even
give him an excuse.
No, exactly.
Don't even talk to me, seriously, because that's just fucking up the program. You have no business doing that.
He should
None
call in
whatsoever. It was up to her. She does radio. She could have hung up at any time, but to have you coaching her, knowing that if she said don't do it, we'd get a huge laugh and we would have moved on. What was your reasoning there?
I actually listened closely, again, to this other piece of audio, and I think this, again, is Wickland. And listen close. Shh.
You dick!
See, Opie, I think you could clearly hear
You dick!
him calling you a dick. I'm going to have to remedy that.
Well, we'll see if he calls the show today. What was his logic?
I'm the party pooper.
What was his logic telling her not to do it?
I don't want to say.
Huh?
I don't know, but I haven't thought on it.
You have a thought on it?
The only thing I can think of. Like, why would he... Like, it was either because he just felt bad for her and was angry that it was happening, or my other reason.
What's the other reason?
That maybe he thought it would help the bit. I'm not saying he would. I'm just telling you. I'm going into his head.
You could hear nothing but seriousness in here. There was no Don Wickland helping the bit.
No,
he doesn't know how to help a bit. He's good at a lot of things, but he's not good at helping bits. Don't do it. Great. Thanks, Don. Because of that, it took us another 10 or 15 minutes to get the ending we were going for.
Someone's suggesting we should play it backwards.
Paul is dead. We got to take another break because we took 2 hours.
Yeah, sorry, folks. That's the way it works sometimes. We just took a break. We come back, a little recap, a little extra audio from Don Wickland. But then we got to take another break because, yes, we went 2 hours without taking a break. Deal with it.
And we'll get into other things next. I was just handed some more audio. We're back with the Opie and Anthony program.
More audio.
I think Christine got the announcer of the Oscars to do a special ID for the Opie and Anthony program.
Yeah.
So she went out of her way to do something very nice for us.
Oh, no.
Would you guys like to hear it?
No. I'd prefer not to.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 78th Annual Academy Awards. And now, here are your hosts, Opie and Anthony, spreading the virus.
Yep.
Oh, she went and got it and did. That's
very nice of her.
Oh.
Yep.
Christine, thank you for doing that for us.
Yeah, see that now if she would have started with that, what do you think?
I don't know.
I think it would have gone a lot better. It's like a little... That's kind of nice. Put some good music behind it.
But why did you sting me? You knew I was a scorpion when you picked me up.
Well, we'll produce it, and we'll play it on our show, proudly. All right?
Yes. There we go. I had to reboot the room.
Ooh.
What, the Pal Talk room?
Yeah. So you're going to have to put the camera back on over there.
Yeah. Hey, Joan and Melissa did some terrific pre-Oscar stuff.
Of course they did.
Interviewing all the celebrities and stuff and asking them about what they're wearing and stuff, crap like that.
Yeah, the usual.
And there was a cute moment with Joan Rivers.
Cute.
And, of course, we have ethnic guys. Hi, ethnic guys. Muchas gracias. Whatever. Arigato. They all look so alike, you know. And the main thing is we're a mixed bag here. We have our black person. I'm not sure what he does, but...
Probably nothing.
We are absolutely colorblind here at TV Guide. Right, black person?
Holy shit, she's lost her fucking mind.
She's trying to be shocking and funny at the same time.
Is that what she's doing?
Jimmy actually likes it, right?
I love Joan Rivers. Only because she's not PC.
I think she's so old now she doesn't care.
And she was nice to me on a plane when I met her. She was very sweet.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, she was.
Did she know you?
No, her
Jimmy Norton.
Her assistant did.
Oh,
Gay.
really?
Yeah, well, I don't know if he's gay, but he appeared to me to be American Idolish. And and it was nice. I was sitting there alone, and he handed me a piece of the paper, the Sunday Times. He goes, "This is from Miss Rivers for you to read," because she saw I had nothing to read. She was just nice.
Oh, that's sweet.
She gave me a ride on her cart.
Oh, yeah?
Because I wanted that picture with her. And,
of course
I
you
remember
did.
the story, yeah.
Yeah, and then she had like a special cart to take her, because she's an older lady.
Yeah.
Well, I love Joan Rivers.
Right on my cart.
Well, she's got balls to say all the Asians
look alike. That right there.
I guess you gotta give her credit for that.
Gets you called out. You say stuff like that on the radio. You're a shock jock and say it. And you got all the Chinese organizations
I think Melissa's
up in
pretty.
arms.
You don't think she's hot, her daughter?
Melissa.
I think she's hot.
No.
Oh, I'd kiss her on the lips.
Like, I don't know, she looks like a young version of Joan.
I'd give her a smooch.
Mm-hmm. All right. But she had some fun on the red carpet.
Wow. Risque.
A little risque with that.
Where are the Puerto Ricans and the Jews? Oh, she's on doing that thing with old Fatty, former Fatty.
You know, we did want to get into some other Oscar talk, some of the more interesting stuff.
We've been searching for it.
The montage pieces that went on forever. Jon Stewart did an unbelievable job.
He's getting mixed reviews. Some people saying he ruled, some people saying he sucked. Yeah.
I thought he was great. I thought he kept it very entertaining because, you know, they start off with a bang, and then it's like 2 hours of filler, and then they finally give you, 3 awards, the big 3 awards in the last 2 minutes of the show.
The people that were bashing him didn't say that he did a bad job. They were just saying that he, Hollywood can't take self-deprecating humor anymore, if they ever could. And his act is a lot of that, is making fun of Hollywood in a light-hearted way, but they just don't get the jokes. They're above that kind of thing. They take themselves so seriously.
Yeah, they have a hard time laughing at themselves.
Yeah, and any political bias that is, left, if you make a joke about the left or the Democrats, they really don't find it funny.
Right.
You make a Republican joke, they'll laugh their asses off.
Right.
So he was making a couple of, jokes about the left. And they didn't go over very well.
He's got balls. I want to play this for Jimmy. This will outrage you a little bit, I think.
I am outraged.
I thought the joke was pretty good, right?
Is it the first 2 hours of this show?
Well, it was almost like a Sean Penn moment again.
Yeah.
So he jokes about Hollywood and how they're out of touch with the rest of the country, basically. I'll play it for you.
Okay.
And then George Clooney goes up and kind of indirectly comments about that. It was just a joke. Will you fucking just laugh at it?
They are, I will say this, an awful audience because they have no ability. This is why I fucking hate most actors. They have no ability to self-deprecate. Their idea of self-deprecation is to go, oh, God, I'm not beautiful. But you know you are. They have no ability to fucking self-deprecate. And for real. Chris Rock was funny what he said. Tim Robbins, when he's not dazzling with his acting, he's boring us with his politics. That was fucking hilarious.
Yes.
What a great smash to his face.
And then Sean Penn gets up and has to preach like it was a legitimate jab at somebody.
Well, he made fun of Jude Law. And Sean Penn goes, he's one of our fine... Because Chris Rock is like, who is Jude Law?
Yeah.
And I guess he's basically saying this guy burst on the scene. Who the fuck is he? He's all of a sudden he's here. And stupid, literal ass Sean Penn. He's one of our fine... Is he? Is that who he is?
Do you really have to defend
Jude Bucket?
So, maybe there's not much to this, but here's the Jon Stewart joke, and then we'll play what George Clooney had to say.
If they got mad at him, it's a miracle, because they are so in tune with Jon Stewart politically, and I'm sure they all have The Daily Show. It's amazing if they got pissed at him.
Jon Stewart is a little left-leaning. Come on, of course.
But I have to say, I'm from New York, and I've been out here a week, and I have had a great time. I really mean that. And a lot of people say that this town is too liberal, out of touch with mainstream America. An atheistic pleasure dome. A modern-day beachfront Sodom and Gomorrah. A moral black hole where innocence is obliterated in an endless orgy of sexual gratification and greed. I don't really have a joke here. I just thought you should know a lot of people are saying that. I've been to the parties. There you go.
Funny.
Now you're talking.
So now he's, I got to change, so he got a great reaction off that.
Yeah.
By most of the people in the audience. They were enjoying it. They were enjoying his material. He killed there, right? And then George Clooney went up to accept his little statuette, and this is what he had to say.
And finally, I would say that, we are a little bit out of touch in Hollywood every once in a while, I think. It's probably a good thing. We're the ones who talk about AIDS when it was just being whispered, and we talked about civil rights when it wasn't really popular. And we
really? Yeah, did you?
We bring up subjects. We were the ones. This Academy, this group of people gave Hattie McDaniel an Oscar in 1939 when blacks were still sitting in the backs of theaters. I'm proud to be a part of this Academy.
Oh, shut
Proud
your
to be part of the
fucking
community.
face!
I'm
At least
proud
you
to
knew
be
where
out
to
of touch.
sit where you could
I
hear the
thank
movie,
you
the front of the
so
theater.
much for this.
Wait, I missed that. What did he say?
Oh, Anthony said at least you knew to sit where you could hear the movie in the front of the theater, meaning the blacks were yapping in the back. Oh, God, you self-righteous ass.
Oh,
my God.
You guys missed the ending, which he sums up, and this is sort of the jab at Jon Stewart's joke.
Proud to be a part of this Academy. Proud to be part of this community, and proud to be out of touch. And I thank you so much for this.
You sheltered motherfuckers, you're out of touch. Big deal, you fucking threw an Oscar to a black lady who played a maid. Wow, there's a big stretch.
Was that her
I think from Gone with the Wind, am I correct?
Yeah,
oh, wow, look at that. Jimmy,
I don't know
nice.
nothing about birth and no babies.
Look, he had some nice things to say, but to tie it into Jon Stewart's joke, it's two different things.
Yeah,
Jon Stewart,
it's a joke, you
Jon
idiot.
Stewart had some great material there. Let it just sit. Let it sit. It got a great laugh. You didn't
And
have to
I'm
respond
proud
to that.
to be out of touch.
Go fuck yourself. Stop wallowing in emotionalism, you self-righteous bore. We get it. You're fucking Batman, shithead. I have XM. What's the one with the music? Lying cocksucker. Shut your face. God almighty. I can see if Jon Stewart shit on them and was self-righteous, but he was funny. He was poking fun at them.
Yeah.
As innocently as you can poke fun at these fucking idiots.
People do say that about Hollywood.
Because it's true.
And it's funny.
I'm so happy that I read Jimmy perfectly. I just had a feeling you would be pissed off by that one.
Am I correct, Hawk, with that?
The first African-American to win an Academy Award was Hattie McDaniel for her performance as Mammy.
And Gone with the Wind, right?
Mammy.
Yeah, and how about...
1939.
And what was the next one? 1960-something? You out-of-touch jizz buckets? You threw one black a fucking Oscar in the 30s, and then the next one was what, Sidney Poitier? For was there another one before Sidney Poitier?
Yes, that would be James Baskett in 1948 for his performance as Uncle Remus on Disney's Song of the South.
Was he one of the dead guys from last night?
What was that, a fucking...
He was.
What was that, a
Was
best
he one of the
supporting
dead guys?
actor?
I think so.
No, I don't think it was James Baskett. I don't know.
Best actor. The first best actor award we given to a black was Sidney Poitier.
Sidney Poitier.
And you want to talk about how out of touch Hollywood is, the way they fucking caricature. Brando was right, by the way, when he said that they've caricatured everybody, and he said they never caricatured the Jews, but they probably have in their own way. But they're fucking the way they treat blacks in Hollywood, and this really annoys me, is that they're so comfortable giving them certain roles. You understand? They paint them as like they're all pimps, and they're all this, and that's what they get the awards for. They don't get the awards for playing things like Malcolm X or fucking a black guy who's shit on and emasculated by Hollywood. They make me sick.
Ray Charles.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, Ray Charles. That's true. But again, Denzel should have got it for X. I'll never forgive him.
Wait a minute, he didn't get it for... I had no idea until you just said that.
Denzel?
Yeah.
No, I don't even think he might have been nominated.
Who got it that year?
Denzel won it for Hurricane. I think Pacino for Scent of a Woman. I could be wrong. He won for Hurricane. Oh, no, he didn't win for Hurricane.
No, Denzel won for...
he won for fucking... an awful a Scarface type role.
Oh, no, Training Day.
Training Day.
That's right. Exactly, the dirty
He was
cop.
better in Training Day than Malcolm X?
It's fucking... Or the Hurricane. As an actor, you watch it slip into insanity. He was great in that.
All right, who won the Oscar of the year that he was up for Malcolm X?
I think it was Pacino, Scent of a Woman.
Hoo-wah! Was it? Can we check that real fast?
That'd be pretty good there, Jimmy.
92, I think.
Jimmy knows this stuff.
I think it was him.
Fucking Clooney. I like that. We were talking about AIDS when other people were just whispering
Big
about
deal.
it. Yeah. You look how skinny Rock's getting.
Exactly. All you guys were doing was fucking doing blow and fucking without rubbers.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Of course you're talking about it.
Of course you are, you self-protective assholes. You talk about anything that affects you.
Yeah, that's what it is. If it affects them.
Al Pacino, Son of a Woman. Jimmy.
That was a fucking...
Wow.
And we all know...
Oh, wait, but it was Clint Eastwood. What? How do you read this?
What did Clint Eastwood win for? He didn't win Best Actor.
No, because these are all the nominees.
Yeah.
And then it should say who won.
Pacino won.
Is it the one in the highlight? Yeah. It would be Clint Eastwood in Unforgiven then.
That was... Are you sure that wasn't a director's thing?
Be director.
Best Picture. Unforgiven.
Best Picture.
No. Oh, E-Rod.
Eric?
Boy, that didn't take long.
The Best Picture winner was actor, producer, director Clint Eastwood's deconstructed Western Unforgiven.
So the movie Unforgiven won.
Yes. That beat... what else did that beat? I know Pacino won Best Actor.
Then who...
You know, if you go to Internet Movie Database and put in Scent of a Woman, and on the left-hand column there's awards... You could click that, and it'll tell you every award that it won.
Where were you?
That was a bone they threw him because they fucked him in '72 and gave the Oscar to fucking Art Carney for Harry and Tonto.
They fucked me in '72.
Wait, but according to this, that still doesn't make sense, this website we're on.
All right.
Picture, Unforgiven. Actor, according to this, Clint Eastwood in Unforgiven.
Let me look.
You sure it's the same year?
Well, then this website is all fucked up.
Awards and nominations.
Well, now they're saying nomination over here.
He won the Oscar for Best Actor in a Leading Role for Scent of a Woman in 1992.
Okay. Was Unforgiven 92 or 93?
It says... the year of the Oscar was 93. The movie came out in 92. You know how...
it was for 92.
In the 1993 Oscars.
I got to kind of apologize to E-Rock then. But this website,
you don't.
But the website doesn't make sense because they have some of the stuff highlight.
1993 Best Picture Unforgiven.
That's what I just said. Is it 92 or 93?
93.
There you go.
So it was Best Picture, but he didn't get Best Actor.
Best Actor.
Best Actor was Al Pacino. Son of a Woman. Okay.
Other nominees: Robert Downey Jr., Stephen Ray for The Crying Game, Denzel, and Clint Eastwood. Who won Best Actress? Emma Thompson in Howard's End.
Ugh. The fact that fucking Denzel Washington did not win for Malcolm X. When he met Elijah Muhammad in that movie, he shakes his hand and he just cries. How do you not win for that?
All right, let's go to Paul in Michigan really fast. Paul, what's up? Paul.
Paul or Bo?
You,
the one that's on the phone.
All right. I wasn't sure if you were talking to me.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you guys catch that Tom Hanks when he was coming out to make an award presentation? It was right after Stewart said something about the jeans and Tom Hanks, and we hit him with a viola. It was a good sport. As he's walking out, he's looking over at Stewart, and it looks like he says "fucking bullshit."
Yeah, he said "fucking." I didn't see what else he mouthed.
Anthony brought this up in the office.
He was all pissed off. He came like storming onto the stage. Tom Hanks.
Okay.
Right when he came out, you could see his mouth go fucking something, and then he walks up to the podium and just kind of real quickly blurts out whatever he was supposed to say, the nominees, and then instantly said the award, steps over to the side like he was pissed at something.
Yeah, he wasn't a happy camper.
He was fucking pissed at something.
Probably some backstage cue that got screwed up.
Might have been, but man.
You think he was pissed off at Stewart's joke about the jeans?
Yeah, I was thinking that, but it wasn't really a joke about anything I could see Tom Hanks getting mad at.
What was the joke?
It was, I don't remember.
It was the guy that received the award for the Brokeback Mountain screenplay.
Yeah, he came up in blue jeans, and Jon Stewart's like, well, if I knew I could wear jeans, to the Oscars. He goes, maybe next year. And then he said something about something you could throw at Tom Hanks' head.
No, he said, and the Mexican guy's been a real good sport. He let us hit him over the head with a viola. So, Tom Hanks.
Yeah, he let us hit him over the head with a viola.
What'd that mean?
That was a piece they did earlier.
Oh, it was?
Oh, that's not a slam on Hanks.
Yeah, basically they said, this year, if the people that are winning the awards go too long, they're going to do something different. And the musicians start coming on. And Tom Hanks now is making believe he won an Oscar. And as his speech is going on too long, the musicians not only start playing louder, they start crowding him in from...
Oh, okay, that's funny.
And then one of them hits him over the head with their instrument.
Oh, so he was in on the bit?
And then he fell down or something.
Oh, okay, then he wouldn't be pissed.
No, he wouldn't be pissed at Jon Stewart.
At that. It was probably, backstage cue, something.
Tom, no, go here. No, but in rehearsal I went here. Tom.
All right, no, you go now. And he probably walked out like, fucking asshole.
Yeah.
All right. I'm a big star. I know
All
that's
right,
happened
punch
to
it
me.
out, guys. Have a good one.
Bye, sweetie.
Let's say hi to Ricky Gervais. Ricky!
Hello.
Did you see the Oscars last night?
I didn't know. I've heard bits and pieces of the results, but I didn't watch it because it was very late here, of course.
Is that a big thing over there, or do you just could give a crap?
Well, it's it's the biggest award ceremony in the world, but that's probably not saying much. I don't think people lose sleep if they didn't watch the Oscars.
I just know we're kind of very self-centered over here, and the Oscars is like this big thing. And as I was driving the other day, and I'm listening to the news, and they're talking about the Oscars, and you know how it goes on for months before it even happens. And I'm thinking, what do some other countries think that we hold this huge party for movies we watch?
Well, it seems a bit celebrating your time off.
Yeah, celebrating movies.
Essentially to fill the leisure time because people are living too long now, and yet we celebrate that. It's strange. It's like having a party for the day before you go on a roller coaster, then sort of talking about it afterwards, and not only that, filming the 8 hours build up to going on that roller.
Yeah, on a bit of entertainment. You're then celebrating this entertainment.
But it's, you've got to count it as an art form, and art helps the human psyche and develops our brain and our sociability. So maybe it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's as important as life itself.
I kind of think of it, though, as one of the American overindulgences that we have over here that we do, because we as Americans sometimes expect the rest of the world. Like, I hear you, and then for a second I'm thinking, oh, yeah, they kind of watch the Oscars over there, but does it even mean, like, is it that big over there? Like, I'd expect to go over to...
I mean, it's not the difference between being American and English. It's what you're exposed to. Because I very much doubt that academics in Harvard are sitting down watching the red carpet shows for 9 hours.
Well, here too. But I'd be a little I'd be surprised. I'm one of these Americans that I'd be surprised to go over to England on July 4th and go, where are the fireworks? Because we're so used to it here.
But everyone's a little bit like that. Everyone thinks that the world revolves around them, and no more than the Americans and the British.
Right. And doesn't it really? Doesn't it really, though?
Well, obviously, I think so.
We don't even know who's in third
people
place.
That go abroad,
yeah, who's
and I
in
never
third?
try to speak their language. I point, and if or I talk a little bit louder. And if they can't understand me, I'm annoyed. I'm thinking, why can't they speak English?
Speak English.
Because just to remind you, it is called English. It's not called American.
It certainly is.
Although Hollywood helped English be probably still the widest spoken language in the world. I mean, I think that it's pretty much that and Ford made America the nation it is.
I understand how the English feel about that, and it is English and we speak English, but isn't it kind of like the little kid that you raised and then it grew up to be able to kick your ass and take the car out anytime we want?
I do think that. I think that you've done very, very well, and I'm surprised because I didn't think you'd amount to anything. But now I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you. So, it was all your work, raising us.
Done. It's and this is probably why I'm bilingual. I speak American and English.
Yes, very well.
Hey, Ricky, are you a stand-up too, or are you just an actor?
I wouldn't even call myself an actor. I certainly wouldn't call myself a stand-up. I don't know what I am really. I'm a comedian. There you go.
Dude, The Office, your character in The Office, I mean, like, I always thought De Niro in The King of Comedy was the best portrayal of an ass, but that character you play, it is amazing. It's an absolute ass in The Office. It is fucking brilliant, man.
Well, I love the reference to De Niro because when you're a fat bloke and you grow a goatee, you think secretly that you are going to look like De Niro and Angel Heart. It doesn't quite work that way, but well, thank you very much.
This is like a really weird question. One of my favorite moments ever captured on film. It's in the second episode, I think, of season 1, when the girl comes to work at the office and the phone rings and you answer it and try to be funny on the phone and you hang it up and the phone falls on the floor. Do you know the scene?
Yeah, the answer machine just showing off.
Yeah. Like he's trying to riff with the answering machine and he's like a fucking ass. He knocks it on the floor, and it's the most real awkward comedy moment. Was that intentional that you knocked that off, or that just kind of happened?
Oh, of course. We tried it about 5 times because I wanted it to land in the bin, and I can't even remember if it did in the end, but it got pretty close to it, I think.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no. There's not a lot by mistake in The Office. It's 99.9% scripted. You know, everything is it's rather like a cartoon. I always think of that in a cartoon. That a leaf doesn't fall by mistake in a cartoon. They've got to draw that leaf.
You're right.
And we drew everything.
Well, I'm even more impressed that it was scripted because I rewound that and watched it and rewound that, and it was so fucking organic and it was just absolutely perfect. And I cringed.
Well, that was the idea. But that was the challenge really, that we had to find performers that could make it look like it was ad-libbed, which is very strange because we were going for the hyper real. I mean, the really important thing about that show was that everyone knew it was meant to be a documentary because without that, these characters were quite boring, sad people. But when you suddenly realise that they're trying to be famous and they're showing off and they're acting up, it brings the really, really important ingredient to their characterisation. So, you know, we cheated less than real documentaries. So it had to be hyper real because you had to suspend your disbelief long enough to think, oh, I get it, this is a real company somewhere, this really exists.
So was the process of that, was the process of creating that, because I heard that like what you would do is like a lot of you got together and kind of talked and the scripts kind of got born of all your interaction, or was the script created first?
No. We handed the actors the finished script on the, and then we'd go through it and we'd say, oh, can you say this word like that? You know, and then we'd take a cutaway of the face we wanted and we pieced it together. It's absolutely, probably the most contrived piece of comedy you'll ever see.
You've had to have consulted with people that actually were in situations with these type of people, because as you watch, it is a pretty accurate portrayal.
7 years. I worked in a real office like that for 7 years, and of course, you know, I came to it with a big bag of observations, and you know, it started out as a straightforward observational comedy, plus trying to get some stuff off your chest, the other themes are quite obvious, you know, men as boys, wasting your life. But one of my favourite themes of The Office, which I don't think people pick up on, from a selfish point of view, it was a comedy about comedy. It was a comedy about bad comedy and good comedy and popularity through comedy, and that was just something that that was so close to my heart. I'm fascinated by comedy. It's the only thing I'm a nerd about.
Yeah.
I just wanted to nail a few things.
What do you think about the American version?
I really like it. I really like it. I think that it was always going to be difficult for them because they weren't the original, for better or worse. I think the first one you see is the one that you like, and they had to get over that sort of that prejudice, really.
Yeah.
But it's totally theirs now. I watch it not thinking, oh, that's me.
Right.
I think that they're great. I think Steve Carell is an amazing performer.
He really pulls it off.
Oh, he plays the perfect ass too. He really does.
He's great, but he's working so hard. It looks so natural as well, but you can see he's working on every little detail. He's got such finesse, and it's the minutiae that he cares about. And I've got to say, well done to NBC as well, because they could have panicked as a network on sort of prime time, and they could have watered it down. And I'm really proud of everyone. You know. What I'm most proud of is I'm getting money for old rope.
I haven't seen it, the American version, but watching Ricky play the office manager and just the trying to be funny and everybody's pal, to paint an ass who isn't funny but trying to be funny so awkward and perfectly, and the silence, the awkward fucking silence.
The silence is that's it, aren't they? The silence is. That's what
the looks
is excruciating in real life. When you've made a faux pas or joke, it's that 3 seconds afterwards.
You get nothing.
You wish that you could cut in real life, and we didn't even cut in fiction.
Dude, it's like a little thing you would do at times where, like, I can't even describe it. It's almost like when you crinkle your nose up, like a little nose crinkle, like after the joke. It was just
trying to squeeze anything out of it. Yeah.
And those interviews where you did, like, where you were just the guy talking to the camera and just trying to be humble, but you just knew you were so self-satisfied. Oh, what a boob. It was just...
What he's trying to do, he's trying to show the world, life didn't turn out like he thought, but now he thinks, well, this is my chance. Now the world can see what a great bloke I am. A, philanthropist. B, C, leader. These are how you think.
That's fantastic. It's just
what
a
did
great show.
What did you grow up watching that you're comedy geek, as you put it?
American stuff. Laurel Hardy is comedy began and ended there. They pretty much nailed it 100 years ago. I don't really think it's been improved upon, really. Styles have changed a little bit and sensibilities, but they pretty much nailed it. The thing about Lauren Hardy is it's what, when I came to the office, I wanted to sort of do comedy plus. I didn't just want it to be funny. I wanted it to sort of resonate and wanted to get under people's skin. And Lauren Hardy taught me that because you cared for them. You didn't just laugh at them. They were precarious. You knew they could get hurt at any minute, and that's what made you love them. It carried on
going
from
back
there,
a ways.
Marx Brothers, through the 50s and 60s stuff, the Cheers, MASH, through to modern day stuff like Arrested Development, The Simpsons, obviously pretty much the greatest TV comedy ever.
Nothing much, no real English influences though, comedy-wise. I mean, obviously people would think Monty Python or something, but.
No, I loved Monty Python, but it wasn't really influenced because that was quite postmodern and surreal and. But that's not. I love Monty Python and I love Fawlty Towers, but it wouldn't be an influence. I mean, I suppose the English influences would be things like, oh God, this is hard.
Shows like All in the Family, which here were so popular, I think is taken from Man About the House, which is a British show, and then also
that was very, very broad. Again, there was nothing to really influence me there. There's a show called Rise and Fall of Reginald Perrin. Which was very...
That was on here, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that would there would be an influence there. But certainly, I went through that lineage that went through John Cleese and Monty Python. I acknowledged Fawlty Towers as, I think, the best British sitcom of all time. And, it influenced on... I suppose it influenced me on the fact that, I knew how long they crafted it, and then they got out while they were on top. So that's certainly an influence on me. But comic sensibilities are all American, really.
It would influence...
real life and American programming.
It would influence me to use video inside and film outside. Because for some reason, they always did that. I loved when he ran out of the place, and it was obviously done on video inside the set, and then he'd run out to his car, and it's just done on film, like grainy old film. It was hysterical. Watching that on Channel 13 here.
Have you found, like, I don't know enough British stand-up, but it seems like a more British stuff is more absurdist and kind of, just like Steve Martinish in that it's really ridiculous, and I'm not shitting on it, it's just a different vibe, and it just seems like a lot of it isn't very socially angry.
There has been a spate where, there's an awful lot of, surrealism, flights of fancy, weird stuff like, I was born on the inside of a wasp. Don't worry, madam, I'm not going to pour cheese in your eyes. and I'm thinking, well, yeah, good. I mean, I don't know what that is. I think that comedy has to really, connect on an empathetic level. I think you have to empathise with that person to care about them. And comedy's contextual, and you can go out and make funny noises and fall over, and it's all right. I mean, I don't even like, 101 brilliant one-liners in a sense. You laugh, but someone could throw in a fake punchline and you'd laugh because of the rhythm. I want to feel that I've been touched in some way, not in a bad way.
Right.
Not like you do in a public toilet. I don't mean that sort of touching.
That's kissing, by the way.
But I feel like I want to have connected with the comedy in some way.
Hey, Ricky, we got to talk about your podcast. It's one of the most downloaded things on the internet.
In the world.
In the world. Sorry, in the world. No, Ricky Gervais does a...
That's not saying much, though, is it, really?
It's the Ricky Gervais Show.
One podcast. For all I know, it's the only podcast in the world. It's rather like Alexander Graham Bell boasting about his phone bill. I don't think there's an awful lot of competition.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of crappy podcasts out there, I'll tell you that.
I hear it's getting...
I've never listened to a podcast except mine.
How many downloads is that getting?
It's got so far 12. I think it's got over 5 million so far.
Damn.
In about 13 weeks.
I think you get the show off Audible.com, right?
And iTunes.
And iTunes.
How often you do it?
Once a week, just
once
half
a week?
hour once a week.
Audio or video also?
Well, it's audio at the moment. We are going to do a video one.
That's what everyone's doing now. It's getting be video podcast.
Yeah, I just want to show the world Carl Pilkington's head, really, because I talk about it, but I really want to take a camera around him so you can see the 360 degrees. The spherical nature of his cranium is quite beautiful.
What's the podcast all about? Like, what kind of show are you guys doing?
Well, it's three blokes in a room, myself, Stephen Merchant, who created the office with me, and Carl Pilkington, a man who is so stupid I can't believe he's still alive. He's a man who believes everything he hears and reads, as long as it's about apes that can ride horses and do operations. He doesn't really care about the real things in life. He gets most of his sort of knowledge from the Flintstones, and he's just a fascinating man to throw stuff at. I feel like Anthony Hopkins in the Elephant Man. I feel like I want to take him round and just show the world this eighth wonder. So it's all about that, really.
But you don't want to hurt him, kind of. You want to protect him and show him off at the same time, like Hopkins did.
Him. I want to, I sort of want to squeeze him, but like you want to squeeze a kitten, but you mustn't squeeze too hard. That's how I feel about Carl Pilkington.
The Elephant Man was a good movie, by the way.
It's Carl Pilkington's favourite movie, and I said, why? He said, well, one, you know what you're going to get. It says what it is on the label. He said, two, it's sad. And when I pressured him, he said, well, there was that bit where he goes to the Royal College of Surgeons and he strips him off, and he's going, you see the disformation of the head, the skull, the back, the arms, the legs, the bone structures. Ironically, the only thing that's totally normal are the genitals. And Carl went, think of that. The one thing you would want to have like an elephant, and he gets the end. So that's why it's his favourite.
Hey, let's go to John in Jersey. He's a huge fan of the podcast. John.
Yeah, Ricky, I want to say the podcast is brilliant. Carl Pilkington, guys, he has to get on to XM. Ricky should have his own show. Carl Pilkington, if it's an act, it's brilliant. If it's not, he's the dumbest man in the world.
He's like that in the pub. So unless he's acting every minute of the day, including his dreams, because he often wakes up and he says things like to his girlfriend, "Is the earth falling?" So unless it's 24 hours a day, I don't think he's acting.
Ricky, if we have to pay for it coming up, I'm there. I'm paying you. I'm giving you money. I know you love the money.
It's only I think $2, because we were stitched up because we gave it away free for the first 12 weeks, and we never dreamt we'd get like 500,000 downloads a week.
You get a bandwidth bill.
We had to start charging for it, not because we thought how much money we could make, but because of course it's costing us money, and we didn't want to take in advertising and have a sponsor because we want the freedom, and this just gives us more freedom. People don't have to buy it. But it's there, and it's going to be even more free of burdens. We can say anything we want. We don't need to take advertising. We don't need sponsorship, and we can say exactly what we like. And I just think we'd rather lose 90% of our listeners, but people love it because we don't do it for the money. We don't do it for anything other than the sheer joy of the creative process. So. Please listen if you like, and Carl can get some money.
All right, let's go to Mike in Pennsylvania. Mike?
Hey, Ricky, I'm a big fan of the podcast. Now, are you sure you're not feeding him, lines? Because he comes up with these things like, I could eat a knob at night, and it's just hilarious.
But if you go back and listen, it's totally organic. The only point he was trying to make was that in this particular program, they have to do this Bush Tucker trial as soon as they wake up, and he was thinking that, as opposed to thinking I'd never eat a kangaroo testicle or a kangaroo penis, he thought, oh, it's even worse at breakfast time. And I'll bet he's the only person who thought that. No one else is going, oh, look, it's breakfast. They'd go, look at that, it's disgusting. I'm not going to eat a testicle. And then to go, I could eat a knob at night was remarkable. So we said, right, if there are any house DJs out there, and I think there are about 70 remixes out there now. So very catchy, some very catchy lyric. I could eat a knob at night. Never mind your yesterdays or
that trash.
Just I could eat a knob at night. I bet Paul McCartney's kicking himself.
Well, Heather Mills isn't checking him.
Oh, God damn, Jimmy.
Ricky Gervais says,
that's royalty, Jimmy.
Yeah. Let's go to O-Town. Last question for Ricky Gervais. Jeff.
Hey, Ricky, your show Extras on HBO is brilliant. It's I think at least as good as The Office, and I haven't heard whether or not they're going to renew it. Is that going to come back again?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're filming it in June and July, and it's scheduled to go out in the fall in England, and I assume there or thereabouts on HBO. So I'd guess October.
I tell you what you do best. You make people you make comedy uncomfortable, and that's what's great about Extras. You're willing to put yourself out there and make yourself or as a character look like a complete ass.
And that's
feel very sad, very uncomfortable for you. It's fantastic.
I'm uncomfortable with them. I've suffered from my art, and now I want everyone else to.
All right, Jeff.
By the way, Ricky, it's scheduled. Scheduled.
I was speaking English again.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and it's aluminum.
What did he say?
I learned when I first come to your country. I only speak English.
Really?
But now I learn from your TV, American.
Aluminium.
Talk to the hand.
Very good. You'll learn, you kids.
Yo, dog pound.
Very good.
All right, Ricky.
Ricky, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Anything else we're supposed to promote today for you?
No, I have a fridge freezer for sale, $400 or nearest offer.
Well, you're doing The Simpsons, too. You wrote an episode there. We should mention that. It's going to run on March 26th, right?
That's right, yeah.
It's a takeoff on Trading Spouses.
That's right.
Meet your new mommy.
That's exactly right. I think there's wife swap, trading spouses, I don't know. Trading faces probably now with cosmetic surgery. I don't know what they're going to come up with next. There used to be a show in England where we used to laugh at these weird Japanese shows, and, it's here. It's ridiculous. It's unbelievable, the shows that are out there.
Yeah.
And we can't get enough of them. All right, it's RickyGervais.com, and, of course, we'll look for The Ricky Gervais Show on the podcast.
GERVAIS.com, right? RICK.
That's correct.
Yeah, the podcast is on Audible.com and iTunes.
You're great, dude. You really are brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ricky. Take care, man.
Cheers, bye.
Wonderful. Yeah. All right. Still got lots to do here before the end of the program. Before we wrap up our Oscar talk, by the way, because it's just been terrific all morning.
Well, the day after the Oscars, Opie, it's very big in the entertainment business, and since we are in the entertainment business...
By the way, Lucky Ron and Fez.
Yes?
The luckiest broadcasters in America today. They get to talk to Christine from Broadminded at 1 o'clock on their show today. Earl is so bummed, walking around the office just scratching his bald head.
They had their...
I go, congratulations, Earl. You got a big get today.
Oh,
hey,
no.
By the way, can we ask Earl to stop eating the fucking pens? It's him.
Well, bring him in here.
We saw him in the... little producer's booth the other day, and I pointed out to Jimmy, and I saw him chomping on a pen, and I knew it would annoy Jimmy, so I went, Jimmy, look at Earl. And he looked, and Earl is just mowing down on this pen.
Putting mustard on it.
Here he comes. Earl. We don't get Earl on our show enough.
Earl. How happy are you, first of all, that you got Christine from Broadminded to talk about the Oscars today with Ron and Fez?
We got to do what we got to do.
You make it work. You take lemons, you make lemonade.
Yes.
That's what you do.
And as far as the pens, I'm showing you my book, which I bring with me everywhere.
Okay.
Inside the book is all of my pens that I use.
Oh, okay. So he keeps his chewed pens amongst his own books.
That's fair enough.
Very good. Fair enough, Earl.
Because I understand it, people get a little upset.
I did put one of the pens with the new pack in my hiney.
Just in case you wanted to.
But I keep
not
all
even worried.
Together.
Well, before they were chewed.
Earl, by the way, I enjoy the new Earl on the Ron and Fez show.
What's the new Earl?
Remember old Earl from NEW? Mm-hmm. He was cranky. He would always run away from us. You couldn't ask him 3 questions before he would explode and take him and his ulcer and run away. The new Earl is very informative. He talks. He's very conversational with Ron and Fez. I never knew how much this son of a bitch knows about music.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Any music question Ron and Fez come up with, and Ron is very knowledgeable also.
Yes,
in music.
very much so.
Any question they come up with, this guy has the answer. Boom, he's right there with it.
I have a question.
Yes.
Who's getting me in to see fucking Sabbath at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Monday?
No one.
I don't like that answer.
Anyone? Earl?
I defer to Earl.
You're going to be in Aspen, aren't you?
No. It's Monday. We come back. That's why I was going to cancel the festival if Sabbath was in studio.
Actually, both Ben and I are working on that.
Oh. Well, anything Earl has worked on, by the way, for me, I don't ask for much at all, ticket-wise or anything, but anything I have asked Earl for, he has come through.
But I don't want to get a press pass because you're in another room. I want to see, like, where the band is.
You want to see where the band
is. Are they going to be doing interviews at the thing, like a bunch of people at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame there?
Yes, they come into that area.
So how come XM is not going to be represented there?
Well, no,
Just to buy a
Christine's
table.
going to be down there helping
Jesus.
XM out.
Oh, Jesus, no.
So they will be doing photos and stuff as a band?
Yes. They,
And I've been
depending on whether or not they
begging-
want to
I've
do
been-
press it off.
I've been
they all go
begging
through
for
that press
months.
room.
Can somebody help me? Do I have to fucking
somebody help?
grovel and fucking beg?
Yes.
Holy
Yes, you do.
shit.
Yes, you do. We'll see what
Grovel
happens.
and beg.
We'll see what happens.
It ain't going to happen.
Oh,
it's
they
going to
get-
be a fucking...
But they get things done down there in Washington.
Hey, the table, I think, is like $10,000 though.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm not saying get a table if they don't want to get a
think
table.
you have to.
Just get...
But how about getting me into a table of somebody that they have a relationship
That's
with?
already got, right.
Make Jimmy a busboy for the event.
Oh, you
something.
could do that. You could bust their table. Sir, are you done
maybe
with that?
pour
More
some-
water?
Some water.
As long as I get a photo with a plate and 4 British men, I don't give a fuck if I'm holding a dead baby by its dick.
Jesus.
Again.
Hey, Earl, thanks for stopping by.
Earl, I also like your little, what would have been a Nazi pin in the 30s, which is now the XM pin that seems to be popular with the executives around XM. It's a little XM satellite radio thing, the only color on your whole black attire.
Earl is a company man all the way.
I know.
No matter where he works, he is the company man.
And now on his lapel is a little XM pin, much like your National Socialist pin of the 30s that would say, hey, hi, I'm a Nazi too.
Or the Panther pin.
Right, the Panther pin, sure.
Earl, you watched the Oscars last night?
Some of it, yeah.
Did the black man represent?
Was it 3-6 Mafia?
Yeah, they
rocked
the house.
I cringed during that
First
whole
hip hop performance on the Oscars, I believe.
Yes. And
Yeah.
I didn't like it very much.
That was a little much. I think it left the audience a little shocked and scared.
Yeah, it's like, could you have worn a suit for one night to this thing?
I like the fact they didn't wear a suit, though. Good for them. They shouldn't have. Fucking faggoty ceremony.
And I couldn't understand a word they were saying during that
What
acceptance
were they
speech.
saying? Is that
think-
some kind of secret language that the black people are coming up with? in
That is
order to-
extremely dirty South. It was just like, yeah,
Was
no,
it?
hey, yeah.
Where are they from?
Memphis, I think.
Memphis. I swear to you, I'm not kidding. I thought they were from the islands or somewhere where they were speaking another language. I had no clue what the hell they were saying.
Wait, we might have their
We have some audio. Earl, can
Earl,
you
translate for us?
Your family's from the South, right?
Yes, not that far south.
No?
Raise the micro. What are you doing? You're going to break your back. You keep leaning in. Raise
It's
it.
all right. You can take a seat, whatever Earl
Yeah,
wants
relax.
to do.
Earl's from the South.
new Earl.
South Bronx.
Oh, Earl.
And the Oscar goes to... It's hard out here. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
All right.
Johnny Houston, Cedric Coleman, and Paul Bogart. Caught up for Bill.
This is the first Academy Award and nomination for Jordan Houston, Cedric Coleman, and Paul Beauregard.
Right?
Oh, my. Hey, we want to thank Keith Young, our choreographer. Yes. Man, help me out. Whole Sony Records, Lisa Ellis, our moms, our whole family. Thank you, Jesus. Selecto Hits for giving us a chance. The Academy, we love the Academy. You know what I'm saying? Gil Cates, everybody, man. We love you. Hell, I got plenty of time left. I don't know nobody else tonight. I want to thank everybody,
Lisa
man.
Ellis, something about a plantain?
Yeah. Once again, our families. Ludacris, Johnny, what's up? Going down. George Clooney, my favorite man. He showed me love when I first met him. We bring the house. We out of here. Yeah. Live in Tennessee.
Nice.
They were nice.
I have no idea what he was saying. At one point, he said something that sounded like a plantain.
No, thanks to Gil Cates, and he thanked George Clooney. He was saying we didn't have a lot
You thanked George Clooney in there?
He goes, yeah, he was really nice when I met him. Thank
Stop
you.
it. You are
They thanked
understanding that.
Ludacris.
Yeah, I heard that
You
part.
think the label?
Jimmy
the label.
Norton, I heard.
Yeah, I said, yo, Jimmy Norton, get that celebrity picture doll. It was like all kind of quiet and southern, but it was good.
Wow.
Who needs books?
Books, schmucks.
That's what I say.
Earl, do you feel that black people are represented poorly at the Oscars by the awards that they give them or the roles that they choose to nominate them for?
Good question. Fair enough, sir.
I think you got to take the roles that you're offered because they don't. Blacks aren't developing the movies. They're not, producing the films. So
I think
they really
are.
have to.
Soul Plane, excuse me.
That's not what I mean.
Or Tyler Medea's, whatever that thing is.
Right, that's making a fortune.
Oh, making a fortune.
Another guy dressed as a fat black woman making a fortune. #1 at the theaters again this week.
I think it's made like $60 million.
Unbelievable.
That's not what I was saying, sweetie.
Yeah.
It's the roles that they're getting.
I wasn't criticizing them for taking the roles. What I was saying is, do you think that they only get nominated for a certain place where people are comfortable seeing them?
Yes, I think so. Because Denzel won for playing a dirty cop as opposed to winning for Malcolm X. And I don't know.
I said that already.
Yeah, but what about
listening to our program?
What about the and then the
You should hang out with Christine.
Took my
I like Earl.
point.
It's our only link really to the black community when it comes to stuff like this.
That was my point, though. But
that Earl reiterated.
I agree with it. What do you want?
But I mean,
yeah.
Why don't we move on to something much more important? Who was your favorite dead person of the year?
Pryor.
Pryor got good applause, but I don't think he was the favorite dead person of the year.
Now, probably Shelley Winters, those fucking assholes.
Yes, that is. It was
Shelley
either
Winters was the favorite dead person of the year.
or
at the Oscars.
who else died?
Sickening
A
assholes.
legend. Was it Anne Bancroft?
Anne Bancroft was up there for the graduates.
Her and Shelley Winters got
course.
like equal applause, and it was the most. Everyone else, like they have, best editor from Ben-Hur or something, and he gets nothing. He gets jack shit. He is not as an important dead guy as Shelley Winters.
And Pryor still resent them because in '77 he was doing the Hollywood Bowl. It was a massive industry thing. I think I've talked about this. And he was drunk or fucked up on something, and he he admitted later he misunderstood. He thought that the young white dancers were being treated better than the young black dancers. He saw something and misinterpreted it.
They probably were.
So he was on stage, and he said, "You faggots make me sick." He trashed the entire business in front of the entire business and said,
Never recovered.
"Kiss my happy rich black ass," and he walked off. And Lily Tomlin had to kind of cover for him. And no, he survived. Of course, he survived it. He went on and did live in concert, and he still had a great career after that. But I guess Hollywood kind of had a little hard on him since then.
But getting back to that, we talk about this every year, how twisted it is that they have a montage of all the people that died in Hollywood the past year, and people applaud louder for some.
They applaud the dead people. Just
me.
that they applaud the dead people is amazing. That's a good dead person. That's a great dead person.
Oh, she died of a stroke? All right.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good death.
And then it's like, that person, not so good dead.
Sound editor from the French Connection.
The great Miss Shelley Winters. That's getting big applause. We like that. She's a good dead person.
Every year they applaud louder for some.
The dead people. Has
Very
it ever
strange.
been that no one died in the whole year? That would be awkward, wouldn't it?
No.
No one has died this year.
And then you see some of the young ones that went, and you're like, oh boy, what was it?
Maybe they're clapping because
Well, there was that guy from the cartoon there, Bugs Life.
Yeah. He looked a little too young.
There's a car crash.
Oof.
Yeah, very tragic.
Not good.
Yeah, because everyone would have thought,
But I have a new angle on this dead thing, because every year we do the same bit where it's like, it's really crazy that they applaud for some.
Yeah.
A lot more than others. Did you notice the first one that popped on the screen and no one applauded? Because they don't know her anymore.
Who was it?
Just proving that time really wins in the end, and time is a bitch.
Yes.
Because, of course, Shelley Winters, Richard Pryor, Anne Bancroft, we all have memories of those people.
Yeah.
They showed an actress from, who knows, like the 30s or something. No one knew who she was, really. They didn't applaud. And there was a time she was probably at the Oscars where she won something, and the place went nuts.
I'd like to accept this award.
It was Teresa Wright. She won an Academy Award.
She did.
Teresa Wright.
Right.
She's in Pride of the Yankees.
This is Earl. This is the power that is Earl.
He's wrong, though.
Teresa Wright.
Teresa
No,
Wright.
she's right.
And I believe, and she won an Academy Award.
Right.
For
But
Best
now,
Actress.
Fast forward a mere few decades, and next thing you know, no one remembers you really.
Yep.
Except
She's
for
pissing herself. She drops dead.
I would even go on record to say 95% of the audience has never even seen that movie.
Gary
That
Cooper
she won
wouldn't remember
for.
that bitch.
Oh, he probably banged her.
Probably did.
They were all going back
Gave her a
then.
good mouth fuck.
This is a wonderful award I would like to accept on behalf of the Academy. This is a wonderful evening. It's glamorous and fabulous here, and I hope that we are able to have a victory over the Nazis.
And then, fast forward a few years. Diaper full of shit. Beep, flatline, and smattering.
An orderly that looks like Patrice just raping her while she's fucking suffering from dementia.
Ah, shit.
Earl, why does the black man only get a month?
Why?
I think it's 1 month more than anyone else gets.
Absolutely.
And why is it the shortest month of the year?
Yeah.
You guys discuss this in the community ever?
Any carryover? Now that some people leave their Christmas lights up after Christmas season's over. Do you still celebrate Black History even though it's not February anymore?
I don't.
You cut it right off.
Yeah, just when it's over, it's over.
You get the extra day every 4 years, but then for the most part, cares, really.
Just kind of in and out.
How much can you really know about George Washington Carver?
Well, I learned
Because he's
actually a
pretty
lot.
much the only guy I know.
I don't know names off the top of my head, but a black guy
Frederick Douglass.
invented the air conditioner.
What?
The
Frederick Douglass?
No.
Oh, I was going to
Black guy
say,
didn't invent
his
it.
beard would have gotten caught in the works. That big white beard.
Who invented the air
I think
conditioner?
a black guy invented the air conditioner.
Peter
the,
Freon.
You know what? I've read.
Thermostat.
Let me tell you something. I've read a lot of things on black people inventing things because it's the latest rage now to get emails and stuff that say if it wasn't for black people, you wouldn't have this, and a big list of things that black people invented the air conditioner, like Earl was saying, things like this. But it turns out, and I really looked into this a little further, it was a black guy who, came up with a small part for a thing that was used to get to the final thing. You guys, I understand you were in there, working as a team with the air conditioner. But it wasn't some guy going, Lordy, there's cold air coming out of this here box now. And it's all mine.
And there's, they did an HBO movie on the guy who performed the first open heart surgery.
Right.
Who, he performed the actual surgery because he knew.
And didn't he die because he couldn't get a transfusion? It was the guy.
I'm not sure how he died.
Was he black the
It's
first
some
couple
weird,
of surgeries?
ironic
Yes,
thing.
He performed the.
Yeah.
He knew the actual.
Hold on 1 second.
The aorta's connected to the main vein. The main vein's connected to the leg vein.
He sang that as the real surgeons went around and, stitched them up. Was that?
I just had a thought. Do me a favor. Could you get
Yes.
the bell? That's just for internal. Thanks.
By the way, the father of
Revolting.
cool was not a black guy.
What?
They're calling him the father of cool.
The father of cool?
Yeah, go back to that thing.
Of course he'd be the guy that invented the air conditioner, the father of cool.
It was Willis Haviland Carrier.
What you talking about, Willis?
He had to be black.
Carrier.
In 1902, only 1 year after Willis Haviland Carrier graduated from Cornell University.
Oh, I don't see this being a black guy. Is there a picture of him? That is a white guy.
That's a pretty white guy there, Earl. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Well, perhaps if you flip that there switch, this'll turn on. Thank you. Click.
And it was, yeah.
I invented the whole... He couldn't do it without me. Stupid ass cracker.
I'm the one that left the window open in December.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's horrible. Well, yeah, the thermostat or something. The
Thermostat,
mercury
the traffic
thermostat.
light,
The
the-
traffic light.
Are you guys talking about Stuart H. Kramer? Because there is a little controversy here.
Okay. Maybe
The
that's it.
apparatus for treating air, granted in 1906, was the first of several patents awarded to Willis Haviland Carrier. The recognized father of air conditioning is Carrier, but the term air conditioning actually originated with textile engineer Stuart H. Kramer.
He coined the phrase.
Yeah, air conditioner.
Air conditioner. Well, great. It conditions the air.
Maybe he was talking
I'm
about his
just trying to see
hair,
what
and
they're
he's just
taking
from the
credit
South.
for.
I need some air conditioner. Maybe he was fucking Jamaican. And he had a dry scalp.
Dry scalp.
Actually, if I could be factual on the whole thing, it was me that came up with the air conditioner. Ooh, I invented everything. There you go. You got 3 seconds today.
Our last part of our Oscar coverage.
Oh, still an Oscar coverage.
Is Lauren Bacall.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Little problem with Lauren?
Earl?
Yeah.
What was the problem? I didn't see it.
She had a little problem with the prompter.
Oh.
Walking up to it, reading it, walking away from it.
It was a little uncomfortable.
It was very uncomfortable.
Is it gay if I just rest my cock on Joaquin Phoenix's cleft palate and let it just sit in the divot?
Let me look. Yes. Yes, it is.
By the way,
look at the chart.
Let's go to Josh in Florida. Josh?
Hey, I don't know if you guys noticed last night when they were giving away that ridiculous list of all the people that died, but they snubbed Don Knotts. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
Wait a minute. Don Knotts, Dennis Weaver, and Davin McGavin.
All right, I got it.
Those are three they snubbed.
Had they done No, they didn't. I got an answer.
What?
You would think maybe they already had the piece edited and done.
Yeah.
And they could go back to the piece. No, they died in 2006.
Good call.
They'll be
on next year's, and people go, "Ooh, that was next year." That what? Than?
Good point.
What?
Than is saying something.
What is dumb Than saying?
Than is talking, and I can't hear him. Yes, Than?
They did include Chris Penn. So
they included Chris Penn.
They did.
Now, why would they include Chris Penn?
Here's my question. I'm sure maybe
Very good, Than.
Did Don Knotts do a lot of films?
Don Knotts did a shitload of films. They all stunk.
Oh, yeah.
But they were wonderful.
Hot lead and cold feet.
What about Mr. Lippet, where he played the cartoon fish?
And there was a movie he did with Apple in the title.
The Apple Dumpling Gang.
Was that the one?
Oh, that was a scary one.
Look how many films Don Knotts was in. Just stop it already.
You might remember a little movie called Burke's Law.
How about Bob Denver? Old Gilligan.
He's dead, right?
As he
when
should
did
be.
he die? Well, that might have been last
That'd
year.
be hilarious if they weren't important enough to make the dead list.
Absolutely, you cornball.
For God's sake, return to Mayberry.
Let's go to Mike in Atlanta. Mike?
Hey. Oh, man. That most awkward moment of the night had to be Lauren Bacall. Looked like she was having a stroke live on stage.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but...
I think she has Parkinson's.
Oh.
Man, she was just stammering all over the place.
Well, we got her audio. Let's take a listen.
Ew, we just went, like a bunch of chicks.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh.
Guys.
Listen to the audio. Lauren Bacall from last night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Lauren Bacall.
She's still walking.
Thank you.
Oh, my God.
Pompous music. Yeah, Earl's got work to do. Go produce, Earl.
That would have been
Love
funny.
You.
They should have had Lauren Bacall just walking to the podium the entire night.
Just like she starts out at the beginning of the show walking, and they do the show, and when she finally makes it to the podium, it's her time to talk.
Yeah, and the announcer just pops in every once in a while with, ladies and gentlemen, Lauren Bacall. Lauren Bacall.
Lauren Bacall. Rupert Pupkin.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, wonderful Rupert Pupkin. Rupert Pupkin. It's that pompous music, that Oscar music. Isn't it just so self-important?
Dude, but you don't understand, man. They were talking about AIDS when nobody else was.
When people were whispering about it.
Well, I will say, though, comedians were talking about it, too. Shit dick.
Yeah.
And we weren't fucking sugarcoating it.
When other people were whispering about it, they were talking about, can I suck your cock?
Stewart's last laugh. What are they saying on MSNBC about Jon Stewart?
Last laugh?
Pot it up, Hawk.
Maybe they're saying that he bombed.
Well, maybe we could get it in the office. If it's anything, please bring it in. I thought he did a great job. If they're trashing him or saying that, that's the beginning.
When did I stop liking Whoopi Goldberg? I liked her in the 80s. She was very talented. When did she?
No, she wasn't.
All right, here we go. Don Knotts died February 24th, 06.
Yep.
Chris Penn died January 24th, 06.
Okay, it's 06.
So there must be some kind of cutoff. You have to die by.
You have to die by a certain date, or you don't qualify.
How about these?
You have to qualify for the dead guy list.
How about these stupid guys that throw the montage pieces together and work a little overtime and add Don Knotts to the damn reel?
How hard could it be to throw Don Knotts in there?
Why is the joke on Stewart? What's that mean?
Did by Angelina Jolie. I do have some sad news to report. Bjork couldn't be here tonight. She was trying on her Oscar dress, and Dick Cheney shot her.
Oh, they'll clap at a Cheney joke.
The comedian also took aim at Hollywood bad boy Russell Crowe when his film Cinderella Man lost the award for achievement in makeup.
Imagine the difficulty in making Russell Crowe look like he got into a fight.
Good line.
Stewart didn't miss a beat when rappers 3 6 Mafia won the Oscar for Best Song. It's hard out here for a pimp.
I think it just got a little easier out here for a pimp. By the way, for those of you who are keeping score at home, I just want to make something very clear. Martin Scorsese, 0 Oscars, 3 6 Mafia, 1.
That's good, see?
Will Stewart be back to host again? We don't know. But if so, he joked next time he'd be more relaxed.
You know, as I watched Brokeback Mountain win for Best Adapted Screenplay, I couldn't help but think to myself, I didn't know we could wear jeans. If I ever get to do this again, I'm coming here in overalls.
That was NBC's Matt Lauer reporting. I thought it was funny. I think that the Hollywood crowd's a tough crowd.
I think so, too. And it's definitely a lot harder than it looks. That's for sure. Maybe some people just, they didn't get his humor, you know?
He did
We'll ask you. Our
I
question
know.
of the day. What did you think of Jon Stewart's performance?
Oh, the question of the day.
Question of the day.
Oscar winning or a flop?
That is a sickening thing, by the way, that Scorsese has never won an Oscar. The fucking Academy should be firebombed.
All right, here's more Lauren Bacall. Jon Stewart did a terrific job.
When we last left her, she was still walking toward the podium.
That's right.
Thank you.
So far, so good.
Sounds like Nathan Lane.
Born in the 1940s, before the age of television, there was a style of film that audiences really loved. They were black and white, with lots of shadows and low camera angles. Called film noir, it was employed by some of the greatest directors of the time. Orson Welles, Otto Preminger, Billy Wilder, Howard Hawks, and John Huston are just a few of the innovators who gave us a classic look and feel that has influenced filmmakers of every generation. Their movies were a sharp breakthrough, break in style as well from the major studio pictures that preceded them. Their themes of mystery, romance, danger, and cynicism gave us some of the most memorable characters and moments in the history of movies.
Hello, exactly!
I've heard Hawk give smoother explanations to Ope.
You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
That was a little uncomfortable.
That was just a bit.
We're doing Oscar chatter.
Chit chat.
Live from the Kodak Theater at Hollywood and Highland in Los Angeles, California, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences invites you to the 78th Annual Academy Awards. And now, here are your hosts, Opie and Anthony, spreading the virus.
That's pretty cool.
Hey, there you go.
But
someone got that for us. I don't remember who, though.
Oh, God.
Whoever it was.
I don't want to remember.
Very nice of her.
Yes. All right, that's enough on the Oscars, I guess.
I like when we do Oscar chatter.
Let's say hi to Brazil or Basil. Basil.
Yo, what's up?
Oh, it's Basil. What's up?
Hola.
What's up, Basil? New Jersey checking in. What's up?
Yo, what's going on? Yo, when I was at F.H. Riley's, Sonny Forelli, well, one, he's crazy. That's all I got to say, first of all. He's going around, like, talking to everyone, which is cool. But he had this sketchy-ass friend there who was, like, flirting with my friend. And I didn't get the full story till later when we were on the way home. And my friend's trying to explain to me that fucking Sonny Ferrelli's friend is trying to get my friend to go in the back alley with him and do drugs and, like, other shit. And the way they started the conversation was fucking Sonny Ferrelli's friend goes, "Hey, man, are you cool?" And my friend's like, I don't know. I guess. He goes, "Do you want to go over to the alley and do some shit?" And my friend's, like, fucking all nervous, like, "Dude, what are you talking about?" And the guy's like, "I don't know, want to, like, smoke or something? Because, like, I love drugs, you know? I smoke all the time." And my friend right now is like, "No, I don't do that shit, you know? I don't do drugs anymore." But he's fucking going crazy with this, trying to get him to go in the alley, do drugs and some other stuff.
Dude, you enjoyed your time there, right?
Yeah.
This is arguably, I'm 37, I'll be 38 in July. This is arguably, not definitively, but arguably, the worst story I've ever heard. And I am going by, I've heard a lot of stories, and this could be the most droning, painful attempt at a tale I have ever heard a person. I mean, I've actually spent hours at a time listening to different stories, and I've done it for years.
At the time, it was funny.
This story couldn't be funny if you were here coochie-cooing my feet and telling me that story in a French accent.
Maybe I should try it in French, then.
Thank you.
Just hang up. It doesn't matter who he is.
Right.
He wants to forget who he is.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the guy that just handed me some narcotics last night.
Yeah, really. By the way, it was a huge hit, late night karaoke at F.H. Riley's, 400 New York Avenue in Huntington, my brother's restaurant. The pictures are up online. I got a lot of pictures off my camera. I forgot my camera today, so we'll post those tomorrow. But a big thank you to everyone that showed up, and the karaoke was terrific.
Broadcast live on Pal Talk also.
Yeah, so what? How many people were checking out around the country?
There were, throughout the night, thousands.
Thousands of people were checking it out?
Thousands of people got to check it out, and they saw everything from me doing my Neil Diamond.
You did, holy
It's very memorable.
No, I'm not even kidding. With the big chorus. Holy shit!
It's the big one. It's the one where the whole audience joins in.
I'm having a brain fart.
So good.
So good. So good.
Oh, can we please talk about
Sweet Caroline?
There you go. That was the one. I sang Sweet Caroline. But
Anthony, let me tell you, because I did not sing, so I think I could be a good judge because I was watching the festivities.
Yes,
okay?
you were.
You were definitely one of the best.
Oh, thank you, Opie.
But I don't know if you were the best.
No, I wouldn't put myself in that category. It was my first and only song of the evening. Usually I need a couple to warm up. I wasn't really drinking last night, and drinking always makes you a little better. There's a big curve. You sound better. The more you drink, better. Oh, my God, you stink. It's a very sharp drop-off.
In other words, my brother showed up to F.H. Riley's completely hammered then.
Yes, because, wow.
He could have been the highlight of the night, though. He doesn't give a shit.
Was a lunatic on a microphone.
My whole family, for the most part, doesn't give a shit. My brother Darren stepped up to the mic. The worst out-of-tune rendition of Angel is a Centerfold by the J. Giles Band.
And what he changed a few of the words around. It wasn't quite Angel anymore.
It was Angel is a fucking whore.
Is a whore, yeah.
Or something like that.
All kinds of ugly words he was using.
Just a horrific version.
I'm glad I didn't see that. That's not what I go out for entertainment value for my dollar.
It was
not
wonderful.
To watch dirty language.
He gave it his all, though. He gave 110%, as they like to say, on the ball field, and he just belted it out.
A lot of people got up there. A lot of the message board people got up there and belted out a few tunes. Some of them good, some of them really bad.
A couple more of the highlights for me. Stalker Patty doing White Rabbit.
Stalker Patty did White Rabbit.
By Jefferson Airplane.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
What a rendition.
We need Stalker Patty to do White Rabbit karaoke style when we do our broadcast at the Hard Rock Cafe on St. Patty's Day.
Sure, that'll go over.
We have to get a karaoke machine because there's a couple things I want to see at the Hard Rock Cafe. Okay?
Yeah.
We got to see Stalker Patty do White Rabbit, and we have to see Master Poe do his love song.
Opie, that was the highlight of the night. You know, that, to me, the highlight. Master Poe just serenading the crowd with love songs.
Can he sing? I heard he can sing.
He stepped up there. Everyone's waiting, bated breath, waiting, anticipating what is Poe going to sound like. And an angel's voice comes out of his mouth and starts singing love songs.
He did My Love?
Yeah.
And Hello?
Yes. By Lionel Richie?
Lionel Richie.
You did Lionel Richie Hello?
How drippy.
He is a sap.
I know
He was singing love songs, and the crowd ate it up.
Now we got to do this on the radio and at the Hard Rock Cafe for St. Patty's Day because it was too good.
Not only can he kick your ass, but he can serenade you as he's doing it.
Well, I know you guys don't like that kind of music, so...
People were very impressed, Poe, with your voice.
Thank you.
Did a little duet with my sister Dawn.
Yeah, she's
We did a
great.
little duet.
Yeah? What song?
Wonderful.
I have never sang that song before. It was pretty tough.
Which one it was.
I had to go on my toes.
But I think, karaoke machine for St. Pat's would be nice.
Because it was a huge, huge hit.
I want to hear you sing.
We don't have any audio from the other
do you want me
night,
to say?
do we?
Yeah, why didn't we roll tape?
We have tape coming.
We have tape coming.
What do you mean?
What's that mean?
Hold on. What do you mean?
E-Rock?
Hawk, you
Not
better
too
have
much
an answer.
pressure. Not
We
too much.
have digital videotapes that are being sent to Steve. We'll cut them up and we'll have them.
You think it's going to be easy to hear, though?
It's the best we can do.
Yeah, because everyone had their cameras and their...
And it was so loud anyway, so...
I know, but we should have, plugged in.
Isn't there a way to
we're
plug
still not,
in
We're still
to the
not completely thinking things out
karaoke
here.
guys, board, where the music and the vocals would have been there, and then maybe have a little ambient kind of sound.
Well, I had the
put
flash
over the
drive
top.
with me, but the karaoke guy didn't have anywhere for me to plug it in. So
No, I'm absolutely sure there had to be an out somewhere.
We should have had some kind of sort of plug-in this way to record everyone in case you got to have Poe singing some good songs. I was looking forward to hearing that when I heard that.
Well, that's why now we have to do it at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah.
Our St. Patty's Day broadcast will have these guys do their songs. Because you got to hear freaking Patty do White Rabbit. She almost pulled it off because it was it was creepy good.
She stays on key.
Right.
Is what it is. Patty can stay on key. She doesn't go off.
Why did
but
you-
she's got that annoying voice.
Why didn't Opie sing?
I was shy.
Opie, don't be shy. Give you a tussle.
I was a little shy.
I was hoping you'd get up there and belt out a tune.
I was just shy.
Do the dance you do? You do a little dance I like.
I was a little shy. Maybe next time. Maybe next time we'll do a little something.
I felt like a traitor, by
Why?
the way, because your place was packed over there, and I had to eat, so I had to go next door.
Yeah,
I had to eat at the Mexican place next door.
That's all right.
And then Kenny kept coming over to see if I was okay every 2 seconds.
Well, they had a 2-hour wait for food because you know
Yeah.
we talk about F.H. Riley's like it's a bar and it's a party hangout. It definitely gets to that point on weekends after the food is done.
Yep.
But his food is unbelievable. I'm telling you, Poe.
Yes, I didn't get a chance to eat my main meal, but I did have the crab cake and the arugula salad.
Phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, phenomenal. Yes.
Could you sing a little verse, man? I want to hear Poe sing a little a cappella.
Yeah.
What song would be good?
How about
I like
My Love.
Why did you do that again, Eric?
Why did you do that again, Eric?
Yeah.
You know what? We'll just wait.
accompaniment.
Yeah, we'll wait till St.
But
Patty's
guys,
Day.
I won't be here. I'll be in Aspen. I want to hear.
Well, we'll have tape of that.
I mean, I'll be in Atlanta.
You'll have your MiFi. You'll be able to listen to the show.
Oh.
Because I think we're gonna try to get my brother to leave his house to do Centerfold again for a national audience.
Of course.
And then we're gonna get Patty to do White Rabbit, and then the highlight. I hate to say it, but it was Poe with the love song.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got to be redone at the Hard Rock Cafe when we broadcast live.
Yeah.
Could you just sing "Shooby Dooby Doo"?
Well, we have My Love ready. You want to just sing over the existing vocals?
Yeah, we can do that.
You'll
All
hear
right.
it over there. Let's
Go ahead,
listen
Derek.
in.
My voice is in pain right now. I've been through so many changes in my life, a woman. It's a wonder I ain't lost my mind. And I ain't never said how much I need you, should. That's Lionel. I should need you by my side. My love, just thinking about you, baby, just blows my mind.
My throat is hurting, guys.
Sounds good, though.
Just thinking about you, baby, just blows my mind all the time.
There you go. There's a little taste.
Look at that.
There's a little taste for you.
I have a request.
And who's going to tell Poe that it stinks anyway? I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it's great.
Could you sing Eternal Flame as your fish hooking Steve?
That would be the bit.
As he's got him locked up and he's snapping a rib and fish hooking that idiot.
I have to say that your sister and I are planning 10 duets together.
Yeah.
An album.
The best.
Well,
no, the best of the 10. We'll
You're
probably
on
pick
Hard
2.
Rock Cafe, St. Patty's Day. Poe will be doing that song karaoke style. And hopefully Stalker Patty. And what did Big A sing, by the way?
Sugar Pie Honey Bun.
He did Sugar Pie Honey Bunch?
I think that's what it was.
And then we got to get Twitchell's to do Jump. I want to see if he can pull off singing Jump Around or something.
That's a good idea. Jump song.
So we're going to get a karaoke machine, hopefully, for the live broadcast.
Was Pat there from Monarchy?
Oh, yeah.
What did he sing?
He didn't get up and sing. Maybe this one, Poe. Yeah. Sing that one as you're kicking ass. I noticed, too, he was doing a few karate moves as he was singing. I thought you were going to kick over the monitor.
Well, you know what happened? As soon as I went up there, they started laughing. And I knew that was going to happen because, you know, they don't know that I like music.
Multifaceted.
So, I just added a few things. I did a side kick, but, you know.
A little side kick.
All right, let's
just in case people want to goof on him. Let him know, hey, I still kick your fucking
In case
ass.
anybody got saucy.
Saucy.
Forgive my language.
Let's say hi to Indy Mike.
Hey, how you guys doing?
All right.
We really enjoyed the show on Pal Talk, and I know that
did you?
Opie said he didn't sing, but we sure thought he was up there for a couple of minutes, and then we decided to call the guy that was up there Fat Opie.
Yeah, there's our new character named Fat Opie who dates Anthony's sister.
It's my sister's boyfriend. And he's not fat, it's just he's bigger than Opie is.
That's it. He's got more meat on him than Opie.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. But he's got a good sense of humor about it. He's on Whackbag now as Fat Opie.
Of course, he's
calls
jolly.
himself Fat Opie. There he is.
All right, Indy Mike.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Shit.
Yeah, he got up there and
yeah, the
sang
place
a
was
tune.
crazy
Place was
crowded.
packed.
We had a line of people just waiting to try to get in, and we stopped promoting it on the air because we realized it was just going to get out of hand.
Yeah.
So we're going to do another one. We just don't know when yet. Maybe in another month and a half or so, we'll do it again. Sonny Ferrelli, what's up?
Hey, guys, what's happening? I thought I was the fucking best one there.
What did you sing?
I sang fucking L.A. Woman.
You were, Sonny.
Oh, yeah, you did a pretty good job with L.A. Woman.
Did I?
What's up with your friend?
I don't know. He was trying to fucking... he was trying to push people in the fucking alley to do something, but it wasn't to fucking smoke anything.
It was to what? Have some gay sex?
I think so. I think so. I think he's got to come to grips with the sexuality.
All right.
All right, I'm punching out.
Another highlight was the Map of Hawaii couple that had sex on the Pal Talk camera for everybody around America. They showed up at F.H. Riley's, and just in case we didn't know who they were, they had Map of Hawaii T-shirts on that said Mr. Map and Mrs. Map.
No confusing.
Miss Map.
No confusing who they are.
But they were there walking around. They were big stars Saturday night at F.H. Riley.
Yes.
So... All right. I just want to thank everyone for showing up. It was a great time by everyone.
It was a lot of fun.
Poe, good job.
Thanks, guys.
And Howard did nothing for his listeners once again. Why should he? Why should he actually do something for his listeners?
Why?
All
well,
right.
You know, the weekend starts on Thursday for him.
That's right. Let's go to Tax Cunts. Tax.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Hey,
TK, what's up?
Hey, we had a great time the other night. I want to thank Heather again. She was the greatest hostess.
Yep.
I had a nice cushy seat at the bar, and she kept coming over. She remembered me from last time. It's amazing.
That's all you got?
That's it. She was a great time, man.
Well, that was good, though. What was your favorite part of it?
Oh, shut up, Jimmy.
All right. All right. Thank you, sir.
See you later.
Let's say hi to John S. in Connecticut. John S., what's up?
What's going on, man?
Oh my God! Thanks for reminding me, Rock. We forgot to mention, and he will do it at the Hard Rock Cafe when we broadcast live St. Patty's Day. Our own Danny sang War Pigs.
Oh, yes.
He did a really good job with War Pigs. I forgot all about that until E-Rock handed me the note.
Good boy.
So he'll do that as well.
You sure? Why don't you put Travis in a dress and make him sing Fiona Apple songs? Sing Criminal, Jizzbag.
Let's go to John S. in Connecticut. John S., you might know him from doing Down in a Hole, the James Gums version.
I was wondering if you wanted me to come down and do it at St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
Of course.
Is that your guitar work, by the way?
It is, actually.
Holy crap.
Very
man.
talented.
Thanks, man.
That sounded good.
Project studio at the house. I thought I'd lay those down for you guys.
Yeah, some people try to do that, and it just like the guitar sounds like shit. And
There's that DJ guy that keeps sending stuff in. I was like, I got to top this dude. Sounds like he's recording it on like a mini tape cassette thing. I don't know.
You do acoustic gigs or something?
Yeah, I do a lot of recording out of the house, and I do some acoustic stuff on the side, yeah.
Yeah, you could tell you're really good.
It's unbelievable. A lot of people are downloading that song you did for us.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm actually working on a follow-up single, The Man I Feel Like a Woman. But it's taken some time to put that one together.
That's funny.
And I feel kind of gay putting that one on there, so I don't know.
We look forward to hearing that.
Thank you. Do you guys want me to come down St. Patty's Day, do that bad boy live, or no?
Absolutely.
That's not a bad idea.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what we like to do with these live broadcasts. All the stuff you got to know from the radio show, we like to bring out to the live audience. So
you can see it.
Well, I will try and make it down there, boys.
All right, John S., I think we're going to play your song right here, matter of fact.
Hey, fantastic. All right, punch it out, guys.
Thank you. This is from John S. in Connecticut. Yes, Ant?
Oh, somebody has audio, I think, of, you were talking about Howie before and what he gives his listeners. There's audio out there of Howard talking about how taking Fridays off. Oh, you got it? Okay. Somebody laid me into that one.
What's this about?
That he has audio of him talking about how taking Friday off is lazy or something.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, from years ago.
He finally started his 4-day work week.
Yep, 4-day work week. You will not hear a live show on Friday from Howard. He works Monday through Thursday.
Are we doing the same thing?
No, we shan't.
I'd like Fridays
We
off.
shan't be getting that deal.
No,
Nice.
but here's the audio, actually.
Uh-huh.
How about 4-day work weeks? Nah. The audience gets mad at me if I take a week off. I can't take Fridays off.
I think the audience would rather have you in 4 days than no days.
Yeah, if you're not there at all.
Yeah.
Well, it's better not to be there. I believe radio is a habitual kind of medium that people wake up in the morning, they go to work, and they want to hear their favorite disc jockey.
Oh, absolutely.
And if you're not there on Fridays, you are doing a disservice to the audience, and you're not doing your job. You're not doing it right. That's like someone going to work and doing a half-ass job. That's like you hire a guy to do a job, and he kind of just sleeps on the job, and he just sort of gets by.
It's like being the president.
Right
now.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's all or nothing then?
All or nothing for me. If you're going to do this job, you show up every day and you give it your best. You know, I'm not going to come and do this show and jip my audience. Not going to do it.
We got you again, fuckface.
Oh, God.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Wow.
What a fucking hypocrite.
That isn't even like
hypocrite.
that isn't even one of those things that's vague that you might have to look into a little deeply to get the true meaning out of it. Holy shit, that is blatant.
That sure is. There you go.
It's almost 11.
Yeah, we're gonna end with John S. song.
Cool.
Doing the Alice in Chains.
Keep that clip.
James Gum.
It's great.
We're gonna back time this so it ends perfectly.
Oh, good.
So say goodbye. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay?
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
But that Howard clip's great. Remind us. We'll talk about that clip a little more tomorrow. But here's the song.
Can you help me put this in my van? Would you? With my broken arm, I don't think I can. I have been guilty of murdering girls that are fat. You're on my list now, what do you think about that? You're down in a hole, yeah, and I'm in control. You're down in a hole, 'cause I hate my pole. I like to tuck. I like to tuck in my junk. stuck in my junk.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Oh, God.
That's wonderful.
That was a lot of fun.
All right, pack it up. I've had it.
Oh, they said hack it up. I'm like, well, we did.
I can't believe we get paid for this shit, to be honest with you. Anyone else have a money clip I could borrow? This one's full. Yeah.
Don't.
Maybe you should just have those ones.
You don't have extra money clips laying around yet?
With your big wad of cash,
Yeah.
use a gap and a spark plug to hold kids.